Welcome everybody, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? HyperX Scrim Season 1, Week 1, Night 3, presented by OUTcast Esports, of course, casted by me, RANDOMX, and of course, Pickford from Misfire. So there is a 3-minute delay, guys, tonight. This is the third event, third night out of 8 weeks. You have a lot of interesting twists and turns in the start of the new season compared to the preseason games. So I expect a lot of action tonight. Remember, these are mixed scrims, 2 TPP rounds and 2 FPP rounds. And of course, as I said, there is a 3-minute delay, so please excuse that. I'll be joining Pickford shortly, you guys. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. What's up, Sarge? What's up? What's up, Dad? We should be starting these in the next 10 minutes, guys. Room is filling up. Dun, 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 dun. Good luck, everyone. What's up, Artemis? let's go ahead and take a look at the points, how these are scored every night in the power ranking system. Okay. I'm not sure if those are the right teams tonight. I think that needs to be adjusted. Because those don't look like the teams I have right here. Alright, let's go join Pickford. Hello, good sir. How are you?
Well, while I take my microphone off of pause, because I'm getting together the last few moments of stats, of information, so that when this kicks off, I can provide you with all the information you know as we end up the first week of the RANDOMX sponsored OUTcast Scrim Season 1.
You mean HyperX?
That's what I said. What did I say?
You said RANDOMX. I can see the confusion, yeah. Yes, because of the X.
Well, I mean, RANDOMX is probably the most generous and best streamers on any of these satellite or services. So I'm just thinking about you all the time and how good you are at this.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So, what are your predictions tonight? So I've been looking at the scoring, and it's actually not what I expected.
Exactly.
The team that I thought was going to be in the lead is not.
So exactly. Hacks, which is a team that I went back and I went through all the previous scores. Hacks has done well, but the thing with Hacks is they didn't show up that often, and they would have some good matches, top 3 here and there, and then they'd kind of have a bad, but they've come into these first 2 events and just dominated the very first 2 events of this first season, coming in first place in both Monday and Wednesday, gives us a nice lead in these power rankings. Again, when you get past the hacks, though, you see a couple other teams that we thought were going to show or be there, but then we also have some unique teams also. So I think it's really good in this top 10. Like number 1, you have Hacks. Number 2, Outcast Alpha. Number 3, 1 and 7 Black. But then you have some other teams in there. The Woo, that's not THC. That was corrected on that last Wednesday. In fact, we're going to have formerly of THC and the Woo coming on tonight to talk to us about how wrong I was about calling them the Woo THC. But then Broham Elite, and then, but also one thing I've been noticing random is right now we have, if all the teams that signed up and checked in play tonight, we will have 16 teams playing. They'll play all 3 events in the first week.
Okay, so that's a big difference.
That's a big difference. But we've had 29 teams so far. 4 teams tonight are playing in their second event, and 4 teams are playing in their first event tonight. But with that said, we also have 9 teams that are currently have points that aren't playing tonight, including the team Meeseeks, which is currently in 7th place, is not playing tonight.
Oh, wow.
So there's going to be, I mean, we have some teams 12th, 13th, and going on down to 29th. But the top, there is one top 10 team, Meeseeks, who only played Wednesday. They came in Wednesday, didn't play it all on Monday, won one of the matches, scored a bunch of points, went from having no points to pushing all the way up to 7th place. But like I said, they're going to be not in tonight, and therefore there will be some movement in that top 10, most definitely. And I think that provides a lot of help for some of these other teams that are in the top 10. And they're in the top 10 because they're going to be playing all of the events. Teams like, Men of 4, Misfire, True Savages, 10 HP. All those teams have played, and this will be their 3rd event. They played the first 2 events. They've been playing well. They've got themselves inside that top 10. And teams like that really need to play all the events and have a lot of other teams not show up, you know what I mean? So they can get those points, keep adding up points. And I think one of the big teams that are not doing well so far is the Forgotten, a team that I picked to come in 3rd place, currently in 14th place.
Wow.
Going into week 1, event 3. So I've talked to Boca, I've talked to those guys, and they don't know what they're not happy of what's happened, and they really know that they need to make a change and get some points if they want to be successful. Because we saw them just 1 week ago. They made one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, they had that huge comeback on last one standing, and what happens is then on Monday and Wednesday they kind of perform really poorly and really haven't gotten the points. But with that said, it's a long season. They still have this is only the 3rd of 24 events, so there's a lot of time to make points and to
at least they're getting points, right? Instead of missing
exactly.
So before we start these rounds, let's go ahead and play these commercials real quick of the products that are up for grabs as prizes towards the end of the season. And let me go ahead and play them right now. Of course, those were the earbuds. Let's go ahead and check out this controller. It's not really a controller. It's more like a grip. Let's check it out. Has a battery to it too, which is cool. I can say HyperX was generous enough to send me one of those, and I can tell you right now, I really like it a lot. This is the base. Now, I feel like this is awesome product right here. The charge base. Awesome products. Hello guys, welcome. Now you guys can see my face. We should be starting very soon, and as Pickford has stated, I mean, when I looked at these scores, I was kind of expecting 187 to be ahead. What is their current position, Pickford?
They are in 3rd place.
3rd place.
But they haven't really they haven't had that dominant performance. They've really just been playing well. They haven't played bad. I'm not gonna say they've been playing bad. They just haven't been that 187 that we've been used to.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially now that Hacks is really dominant. I mean, Hacks got 60 points, and then OUTcast Alpha is all the way in 2nd place, with 38. So 22 points already behind after 2 events. But how long can Hacks keep this up? I mean, this is not what we've known them for.
Yeah.
Because we've seen OUTcast Alpha and 187, they've really been able to uphold that pressure week after week after week. Is this something that Hacks can do? Plus, we have another team we have Broham Elite, a newer team that came from Drop that's currently in 5th place right now. They're going to be coming on after this first match to talk to us about how they've been doing in their success. And then, of course, as you know, we have C-Dub coming in between 2 and 3rd to
oh yeah, that reminds me. Who are we interviewing tonight?
So we got Broham Elite.
Yeah, Broham Elite. Okay.
1 and 2. We have C-Dub coming in and doing his vignette between 2nd and 3rd. We're gonna be talking about rotations and how that can screw people up. And then and then at the end we're gonna be talking to Trick from the Woo, the team that's currently in 4th place. So we're talking to the 4th and 5th place teams right now, right behind Hacks, OUTcast Alpha, and Black. and then of course C-Dub. So we should have some good interviews with teams that are all in the top 5.
Now, there's one thing I would like to say about Trick from the Woo. I believe currently right now he is the top fragger, right?
Yes, he is the
Yes.
top
So he
fragger.
has the most kills. And remember, they are going to award a top fragger award. So it's not just fact, first place. So.
And then also his teammate Sirac is also in 7th place in the kills list. So they have two guys from the same team. But then if you look at Broham Elite, Marsh is in 5th place, and Sarge is in 10th. And Junie, 3 out of their 4 players were the top 10 for kills. So I think it's no coincidence that teams that have multiple players in the top 10 are the teams that are all in the top 5.
There you go. And one little side note with Tricky has actually been helping me out with this event, this Modern Warfare Warzone event. So thank you, Trick. Good luck to the Woo and good luck to all the teams out. The zone did start. The flight path started just north of or to the west of North George Apartments. It looks like OUTcast Alpha taking Zarky. We do have Team 9 right now, Broham. BHC Alpha heading towards Severny. Quite a few teams looks like they're gonna head towards Yasnaya. We do have Hacks, current point leaders right now, heading there, along with the Forgotten, the Woo as well, heading towards their infamous Team 17 heading there. Cobra, it looks like they're kind of split. I'm not sure what they're doing here with this half Yasnaya and half like East Yasnaya. It looks almost a little weird for them to drop at a big place like that.
This Yasnaya has been an issue all week, where there's kind of this emerging little conflict between the Woo and the Forgotten. Both these teams want to drop there, and I don't think either team really wants to like give up the fact that that's their spot.
That's their spot. You stay away from there. Yeah.
And so far, the Woo has been more successful than the Forgotten, but plus they have now 2 other teams. Infamous Team 17 is dropped there, and they need to be very, very careful. And then of course 21, which is only 2 members of Hacks. I mean, this could be very dangerous for a lot of the better teams right off the bat.
Oh, we do have some early action. Looks like Zozu from Misfire has already killed and thirsted one. Chasing now Wiz from Team Drop in the vehicle. It looks like he's trying to pistol him, and he gets him out of that vehicle with his revolver, I think it is. Now they're going to go beat him up and getting some early points for Misfire. The rest of Team Drop, this has kind of gone to somewhat of a desperate situation where they're now inside water. I don't see any vehicles. It looks like Misfire wants these kills. They want these early points. They can't stay too long, because I know I want to say they were going to head towards Primorsk. Primorsk is still empty right now. They'll probably just let these guys swim out. That's pretty much their only real choice right now with the limited amount of loot. And as if we look, as we look at the zone, this is kind of southwest zone. Team 10 HP somewhat center right now, so looking like it's gonna end inside the main island. Let's go Team 24. I see 24 and 6 here.
Brandon, have you had a chance to check out the new quarry, the new update?
I believe I have, yes.
I think it's really gonna become a place that's a place you can drop it. That's what the Misfire was working on, because there's I think a bunch of warehouses in there plus steps. It's not that open like kill bowl that it was before, where if you got in there, teams would just murder you. There's a lot of cover. There's a lot of loot with these extra warehouses they put in there, and I don't know how long it's going to be before the teams decide to kind of really use it as an effective place.
187 is getting in some action. Let's go switch over there. Getting in with Team 24. This is Sneaker Meetup. And it looks like they've actually had 2 of their members already thirsted, as Team 187 as well, trying to get some early kills. They definitely want to try to reassert their dominance. Only 3rd place right now, so a win tonight can definitely get them there a lot closer, especially if Team Hacks doesn't perform as well tonight. Down goes Angel, leaving Cree by himself from well, I want to say it's Division 1 because I see the D1, but no. And he's about to get surrounded by 187. if they know he's
And
there.
that's never a good feeling to get surrounded by 187.
No, definitely. Ginger needs to be careful. Oh, he has a pistol. That's all he really has. Wow, poor guy. I gotta feel bad for him. I didn't even realize that's all he had. Down goes Team 24 going down early. First team to be wiped from the map. Let's go back over to Team 22, Division 1, and Men of 4. Separated by a road, and it does look like they've lost Patron and Trasher, leaving just Dan and Fuglet by themselves.
A lot of teams were able to rotate down into military. Obviously, you couldn't get there on the drop, but now it went from completely empty to a lot of teams went down there.
1,
top strikers.
2, 3, 4 teams around there. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
That's what we have. As you know, we haven't seen a lot. They usually kind of stay away from military, but they push down there, and was a Brohim Elite, one of our top teams, top strikers, and 10 HP, another one of our top 10 teams, all down there trying to get that loot.
I'm only following because they're in the red, and I gotta make sure. All right, there we go. They are out of the red. Let's go back over to Team 22. Dan gets the knock on God from Men of 4, trying to get the thirst. Fuglet needs to try to close in a little bit. Down goes FP for Men of 4. God's about to bleed out. Down goes God. So now now they got to cross this road, which is not a great distance, but there is no cover here with Dan holding up this angle right here. There goes the smokes. Fuglet is starting to come in to provide some backup. I do see some action going down with Hacks as well. Looks like BBC is going to be able to get to FP. Not sure if Dan and them have any kind of nades. For the meantime, let's go over to Yaznad. Just because Hacks, I don't normally like to switch action when I'm spectating a team fight, but Team Hacks right now is the current point leaders, and we got to make sure nothing dramatic happens and I miss out on it.
Well, Infamous kind of pushed into this little compound, and Hacks just surrounded them.
Down goes Kando. Yeah, so now it's a 3v2, losing Kando. Pawhead trying to go towards Duck. He has spotted Duck. These are some new names for Team Hacks that I'm not familiar with. Duck, I'm not sure what he's... Okay, there he goes. He drops, and down goes Duck. Very nearly getting the knock on Infamous Pawhead, and down goes his partner.
It's only NJ left.
Yeah.
This could be huge if Pawhead can clutch this.
Going down this early. I mean, Duck is still up right now, but let's see if he can get to him.
But if Pawhead can, I mean, if NJ can, if he can, Pawhead can take out NJ. Oh man, that's...
wow, he is so lucky. So, and he went the wrong way, unfortunately, heading towards inside the building.
Pawhead has to push out. This is his chance. He has got to push.
Not sure if NJ even has any kind of meds. Down goes Duck, and down goes Pawhead. Down goes Infamous.
Wow.
Hacks just barely staying alive. Now he's gonna have to concentrate on just surviving towards the end. Luckily, no one around NJ right now, but definitely sucks having to lose a whole squad that early in the round.
And kudos to Infamous. I mean, team that hasn't been doing very well so far, but to take out 3/4 of the #1 team in the first circle, is no small feat. So, although maybe they're not going to score the points in this first match, they've definitely had a big influence on how this first match is going to end up.
They have potentially changed the outcome of tonight with just that. But there is 4 games tonight, though, so a little bit more room for error, right?
What you want to do is like, and one thing that it's real big on our team, I think it's a lot of these teams, is you just don't want to make those big mistakes early. You don't want to have the drop, getting run over first in the first 30 seconds. If you're gonna lose, lose it in a firefight. But you don't want it to be some sort of RNG access or something like that. You know how frustrating that can be.
Yes.
Where you land, and as soon as you land, especially when I know playing in your customs, I'll drop a little bit late, and as soon as I land, someone pops you in the head, and you're like, oh man. I can't. I'm dead before you even got a chance to pick up a weapon. At least you want to go out fighting. And so I know a lot of teams. You see how these teams are pushing out farther. because they want to be able to. Even the best teams like OUTcast Alpha, they're pushing it a little bit farther so they can get loot. So when they do get into a battle, it's they are at their best opportunity.
And speaking about loot, we have Team 23 Broham Elite calling in 2 flares. I did see an AW Groza, MK14, and an AUG. So pretty much like one of every gun except for the M249.
I mean, the rich get richer. Team currently in 5th place. The power rankings coming up with some great weaponry right off the bat. So, I mean,
you got the first zone closing in.
And I have seen in the first 2 matches, I think that the learning curve random is still coming up on this new Erangel 1.0 map.
Yes.
People kind of don't know where the buildings are. And one thing that I've really noticed is it's affected me is how full and lush the trees are. Usually I can see a lot farther, with a 4X, you can kind of get a good shot, but now with so many trees and they're just thicker and it's hard to see through them and to get shots if the elevation is a little off.
And there's another interesting fact about the change of scenery. They added like these tiny little hay mounds that are just like below the grass line, like over there by Pachinki Yasnaya, and they're really hard to see. I've seen a lot of people crash into them, me including. So we'll see how that affects us. There's a lot of points that I often see a lot of times where zones kind of end, and there'll always be a lot of fighting there. And they've actually updated, adding some like little artillery battle stations with sandbags, just little extra things that provide a little bit better cover. So those points. One good example is just north of here, this hill right here that I'm showing on my map, always being used. I've seen it in so many scrims, so many tournaments end on that hill, and they've added quite a few things on there, making it a little bit more. You no longer have to snake the entire time just so you can be unseen. And of course, all the trees are adding as well. So
and these circles have really been weird in this new update. Like I've seen, especially on Twitter, multiple circles ending in water.
Yeah.
Water, just ending in
water.
Fingers crossed. That'd be awesome to see it. I mean, but I mean, like this one right here.
Oh.
I mean,
we have 187 heading towards OUTcast Charlie right now. It'll be interesting to see if they take some shots at them. They're just currently driving by on their own vehicles. It doesn't look like they're gonna engage. And
if OUTcast Charlie, that they have not had a good run of it so far. I think that they're in. We only have 3 players playing in this match, so I think that they're looking for plays. So they need to get a couple of good matches under their belt. Maybe a top 10 finish before they can really want to go out and try to start clapping early in a match.
All right, so we do see 187 following, and they actually bump in towards Team 19. Not necessarily bump into them, but they have spotted them. And I see
True
Team
Savages
8 down there as well, Ghost Melee Elite. So right now, Team 19 kind of jammed between 2 teams. Let's see if... and we got the Forgotten Bocabra right now heading towards Team... There's really no safe place for him to go. He's lucky that vehicle did not blow up. Trying to get away from that UAS. Luckily, he's able to get to some cover before he gets knocked.
And if you see where Boko where he just landed, that fence and that car is brand new. Those are 2 different things that just came up.
A lot of vehicles. Yeah. And I do hear 187 now pushing.
They are rushing. But only with Clown, looks like Ginger and Mystic are going to stay back. So, Clown, see, and this is what kind of like screws up 187 sometimes. Captain Blast Night with the Forgotten. They don't really talk about their rush. Clown rushes all the way to the building. Mystic and Ginger stop, turn around. Clown, luckily, is able to get into his vehicle and turn around and go back over to the hill. But that was a little bit of a miscommunication. They didn't have to pay for it, but we saw that against the Forgotten in earlier the week when they pushed the compound right by Walmart, or I guess the museum now. And Cloud didn't get the word. He ended up getting blown out of the car.
Oh, we got some action with OUTcast Alpha. Down goes C-Dub, knocked and thirsted by Zivex from Team 12. Last one standing. Where is the remaining? They must have been driving by. They have now taken this little farm warehouse area.
We're gonna have to talk to OUTcast Alpha because it seems that a lot of their deaths are coming from their rotations. They're getting shot out of cars in their rotations. It seems to happen a lot more often than not with OUTcast Alpha.
Team 8 has just knocked someone. Let's go check this out. From Team 19, down goes Pancake from True Savages.
A little update from early in the match. If you remember, Moldy from Drop went out in the water to stay away from misfire. Just coming back to shore right now.
Barely right now? Wow.
He just came back to shore. He was swimming. He was out there swimming for the past 15 minutes. He finally just got back to shore. Now he's going to get in there. But he's still alive. He's still getting points. So kudos to him for playing smart PUBG.
Yeah, for sure. Because any other option, he would have probably been dead already, especially with his buddy Ambush. There is an A-dub coming up right next to Team Mena 4. It'll be interesting to see if they take it. That's a nice little A-dub. We do have someone from Team 12 heading there.
And these huge tanks, all as you were talking about, all on the beach. The huge tanks.
Yeah, the beach is by Primors.
It completely changes how the beach is going to be used. It changes where you can now. It's a real spot. It's a place you can set up. They have that weird pillbox right by Ferry Pier, to the left of the buildings. It's a little building that's half underground.
Yeah, you always had to worry about the beaches coming up from the shoreline because there is literally no cover on there. And I'm not sure what the rest of the beaches are looking like, but the ones over here by Misfire, I noticed they added a bunch. They added tanks, they've added those pillboxes that you're talking about. Just a lot of stuff in the way to provide some cover for any teams that are by chance outside there having to make their way into zone. Team 23 is bridge camping right now. I know they've been successful and killed at least one person inside of bridge. We do have 10 HP on the opposite side of bridge. Eventually, they will have to make their way over there. Unless the zone starts to shift all the way down south, which I doubt it. I want to say we're going to have it in kind of where Team 21 NJ's at. Maybe he'll get lucky. He or she, I keep saying him, but he or she will get lucky and not have to move for a bit. Let's go over to Team 18 and Team 15.
Yeah, both Team 25 and Dead Serious Gaming and 25, both these teams and Brohim Elite both pretty much camping both sides of the bridge, so they do have to find a different way to get around. And what Abel's fat cheeks, I guess. I guess DSG decided to change their name for tonight.
Team 18.
I'll tell you what,
it was the only one left, getting surrounded by Team 15, Mena 4 Bravo, and down he goes, very nicely tossed nade. Coming in from Team 15, down goes Mena. Whoa! Look at this zone.
Oh, look at this zone.
Oh, nice.
This is when you want to get there early and get a spot early. So. All these teams, this is going to be so much RNG in here. This could really be the great opportunity for a team that we haven't talked about to really come in here and get some luck and get a lot of points in this match.
Because right now, if Team 23 did not have 10 HP behind them, man, they would be in a nice position. But right now they're kind of jammed in between Team 10 and then 11, and any other team that's gonna want to come towards this bridge. We might see a water zone.
When you bridge camp on the bridge like that, you always get that possibility of getting squeezed from both sides. I see a lot of teams that try to push. They're trying to push off the bridge, which I think is a smart thing, and try to bridge camp from off the bridge, because you have a little bit more options. But 10 HP and looks like in Brohim Elite, but looks like they're gonna have to deal with each other sooner than later.
This US right here is not very tactical. You cannot see because of the crap on top of it, so FYI guys, don't use that US skin. It looks cool and all, but you cannot look past it. Here comes NJ. No, he crashed into Team 12. Oh wow, down goes Hacks, 18th place.
Wow, huge event right there. The #1 team getting knocked out.
And here comes OUTcast Charlie. All three members in the same vehicle heading down towards the bridge. No, they're going towards Abel. I'm not sure where they're going. They're kind of
lost their mind.
Yeah, they don't know where they want to go.
They lucked out because they should have gotten smoked right there. I think maybe they thought they were just going to show up and there was going to be a spot for them. But at least they're smart enough now to get under the bridge. Trying to find a little
True Savages. Finished off by the Forgotten Team 8. Ghost Melee Elite kind of sandwich right now between 187 and the Forgotten. Definitely not teams you want to be sandwiched by especially how good of a fraggers both of these teams are now getting stuck between them. Luckily in zone, Team 15, Mena 4 Bravo at the very edge of the zone. Luckily they still have the zone right there. They're not going to be able to use that vehicle. In fact, just blow that vehicle up so you don't have to worry about it. There you go, they do the job for you. And the zone is coming in. We still have a few teams not inside zone. Down goes Mamba, another member from Mena 4 Bravo as well. Gold and Elma Mont, only one's up. No, Yam has just been revived.
So many teams just stacked on top of each other on both sides of these bridge random. I mean, they're using the elevation to kind of keep themselves safe, but I mean, there's what 5-10 teams within just 500 meters of each other.
See this right here. This is another spot that they added right here. This used to be just kind of a flat area. They've turned this into a really nice spot where teams can get some cover. And down goes Team Drop, finally finished off by Team BHC Alpha. Let's go back over to OUTcast Charlie. I did notice that one of their members was knocked. Looks like he has been revived, facing off against Abel's Fat Cheeks, Team 25. Larry has, or sorry, Madman has been, I call him Larry, it's my buddy Larry, has been knocked inside the sniper tower. Abel is knocked on the light tower. Down goes Main. This is a good chance for Xanax to go and revive Abel. It's a good opportunity used right there to get the revive. And now his buddy as well knocked. Let's see if OUTcast Charlie decides to push that over there once they get the revives.
I think with this unique circle, and it's something you see often, is that a lot of teams are going to try to get into a compound, try to get some buildings, and not be as aggressive as they normally would. This being a TPP match, also they kind of peak because I guarantee you they're not used to having a circle that's what is this? It's going to be the 5th circle and still half of it's water. So there's really very little land available for these teams.
I'm still shooting for a water finish. It's still very possible.
Me too. That'd be great.
It is still very possible. Let's go over to Team 8 as they're getting knocked. Stanky has been thirsted as well. Still facing off against 187. We still have Mena 4. They've actually opted just to jump off. Either that or fell off. We have Elma Mont and Gold now forced to go along the shoreline. Team 10 HP opting to just swim across. You're going to have to start doing it now because you cannot heal when you're in the water, evidently. Here comes a drop coming in on Team Los. MK14 dropping right next to them. Team OUTcast Alpha right now being surrounded by Blunt Trauma Esports, and they also do have the Forgotten up on this hill right here.
And after this circle comes in, this is what you're going to see. We have 15 teams, 25 minutes in. The match can only last 33 minutes before it gets to 0, before it gets no space. You're going to see all of a sudden, as soon as this circle comes in and this next circle comes out, just teams getting clapped left and right.
Hawkeye is the only one up for Blunt Trauma Esports. Here goes a nade. That nade just barely missed. It would have been a very nicely timed one. That one was not timed well at all, or not even thrown inside the window. Looks like Marauder is going to just bleed out. And unfortunately for Hawkeye, he's not in zone as well. He's going to have to eventually push in there. Team Drop Downer has been knocked. Rob Tom now heading towards Team 25. No, skipping towards Team 25. They're going to go towards the lighthouse where Abel's been chilling.
Surprised it's the only team that's pushed up there so far.
Abel's about to get knocked. Down goes Abel, getting knocked by Karma from Team Drop. Pretty sure this is Drop. Yeah, Drop Bravo. Here comes the zone. Bliss is about to... this zone hurts so much.
Does
the zone shift away from the water? Let's go over to Team 8. Down goes down goes Down goes Ghost Melee Elite, finished off by Team 15. I'm pretty sure Team 187 had a hand in that as well, because Yam has been knocked, and the other two members of Team 15 are now swimming towards the shoreline. We still have a decent chunk of the zone inside of water right now. And look at this.
This rotation is going to be tough, Random. I mean, there's so little land. It's still, what, about two-thirds land, one-third water. So there's not a lot of room. There's still 12 teams left. So I know you see the teams, they don't know where to move now. You see a lot of teams who are moving very earlier in the rounds. Now they've kind of slowed their rotations down because all these IGLs are like, where do I go now? What am I going to do? I don't know what to do in this situation.
I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing any teams kind of hug this coastline right here towards here. With maybe if any of the available teams on land, they should park up some cars and put them right there along the shoreline.
It's like Misfire's gonna push
10 HP.
OUTcast
go.
Charlie.
Zozu goes down, gets knocked. Bison trying to go for the thirst. Down goes Bison. Vulcan very nearly knocked. Here comes a nade. Down goes Bison. Down goes Zozu. Vulcan very nearly knocked. Very nicely thrown nade coming in from Xanax from Abel's fat cheeks.
Trying to get a little bit of those.
And down goes OUTcast
bong.
Charlie. Finished off by Broham Elite.
Now Misfire, they're kind of in a weird situation. They've got the Fat Cheeks to their left and Broham Elite to their right, so they got to get healed up. But they're still not even in the zone yet. They just kind of push that far just to get a little bit closer.
Yeah,
they still have a long ways to go to get into the zone.
Here comes the smokes. And here comes the zone. Broham Elite in the same situation as well, trying to come up from behind. Misfires is not bad enough for Misfire having to head towards Team 25. They also do have to worry about Broham Elite coming in from behind.
Here it comes. It's going to be spicy. Both these teams don't want to move because they don't want to be the first one to get shot, but you got to move because the blue always wins.
Fat Boy's gonna get knocked to the zone. So is Vulcan. Down goes Fat Boy, down goes Vulcan. Artemis now the only one left. Oh, and he gets finished off by Mars from Broham Elite. Off from the side, down goes Xanax. Hikaru jumps down, gets a knock on Sarge. And down he goes, finished off by Marsh again. Marsh clutching, look at 187. They got a nice zone right now.
Yes, they do. Broham Elite allowed, but they still lost. They probably still lost. One of their players so far. So the good job of Broham Elite to able to weather that blue zone and Misfire and Fat Cheeks all to kind of win that battle, get and take over this building.
I feel like Team 15 has been swimming for at least 10 minutes now.
I think you are right.
I hear a flare being thrown as a troll. There you go. That must have been coming from Broham. Right now, they should have probably called in for a tank.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't take that tank. There's so many people still left in this small zone. You have like 20 people shooting at you, and that's just, you know.
It's just. I mean, it's so. There's no place to go. I mean, really, if you look at this map, there's no open crevice or crack or anything. You're gonna have to either push somebody or set up those vehicles, try to get out of the corner, make a little wall, and use your smokes in your vehicle. Whoa! Did you just see what Sarge just did?
No,
he drove up to land. He drove up to the lighthouse and then drove off the edge of it into the zone, right into the zone.
And unfortunately, swimming against the blue
zone is not going to be successful. Wow!
And as soon as Sarge goes down goes Broham Elite. Down goes Broham Elite.
And I think we're going to ask you. I think Sarge is actually going to come in and talk to us when he does. So I'll have to ask him about that Evil Knievel move he just made.
I didn't get to catch it. I went to switch to 187, then my screen and it got all inverted like it normally does. Glad to see they didn't fix that issue because I love seeing that issue.
And look at Prod from 10 HP just said, "I'm just going to sit here and score points for my team because I'm stuck in this ledge and I
I
don't
don't
blame him.
think
I
they
think it's
have.
a great idea.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a way up there. Does he? I mean, I guess you know what. Right there does look like he can get up there, but look who he has to go towards, a full 187 squad. That
I
is
would
like the
just stay
worst
down there.
squad.
He's already got himself a 5th place finish. If he get a couple more, I mean, that's also a lot of points. 10
There's
HP,
still
currently in 10th place. So
there's
they can
still
really
three
use.
squads outside of zone too. So if he can have enough meds and heal off, he can potentially get himself to second. Nobody knows he's down there right now.
That's a great point. And like I said, when you're in 10th place, you need every single point you can get to keep up there and keep moving up.
Down goes Cal. Down goes Bukakabada. Bukabada. I'm sorry. Blade now the only one left for the Forgotten. And down goes Almamont. Down goes Team 15. 3 teams left.
Did they 27.
They
just
did.
like
They
old
got
school.
10 HP.
12 kills already. Like, really, they had some bad matches, but to come in here with this third match, really, or third scrim, going back to old school 187 style. 12 kills with all 4 members up with 3 teams.
These guys are just going to take care of themselves pretty much.
Yeah, I think that they know that they're kind of, like, I think he was stuck. They don't want to give, I guess, the other extra kills. I think they're gonna try
and
to.
Down
Blade
goes,
is gonna. Blade is
down
good. Blade.
Goes Blade. I'm not sure if
Blade
it was a
trying
zone.
to stay alive. I think Blade was trying to stay alive just long enough to get second place. Is what he did. But with that said, I mean, it's old school. OUTcast scrims. What he's sitting on the top. The Forgotten. I'm sure the Forgotten are super happy, Random, with this second place finish after having such a hard time in the previous matches. So what we're gonna do is, as we transition from match 1 and 2, we are going to be lucky enough to have in from Brohim Elite. First off, we're going to have Dead join us. So first of all, thank you very much, Dead, for giving us a little bit of your time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, a couple of things at the end of that match. I think that when you guys were under the bridge, right? We're talking about the end of this match. You guys are under the bridge. You have to push off the bridge, from under the bridge into that building. You have Misfire to your left and a team in there. Kind of walk me through what the game plan was going into that battle.
Well, when we dropped down, we were pretty much out of smoke, more or less, when we hit the ground, because he smoked our drop, because he figured there'd be someone to our right. And there was. Turns out there was someone behind us that ended up shooting us from that direction. So as we're coming up over the edge, you're thinking smoke, you're thinking boost, you're thinking, okay, we got this team up to the right up on the hill there that ended up being dropped. We got 2 teams in front of us, at least, probably 3 teams, just with the amount of people on the size of the circle. So we're really just kind of knocking down anything we see and just trying to get as close to zone as possible without getting third-partied from the right. Close enough where we can see, or at least where we're shooting at. As you saw, Marsh held back to cover us 2 pushing up, so that essentially if someone dropped down behind us like they did or whatever, we had that triangulation we needed. And then I was there to get the res, in that isolated situation.
I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if Sarge is going to be able to join us, but did you see how he ended up dying in that first match? The spectacular method that he used to die at the end. He pretty much took a vehicle, drove it up off of the lighthouse, and just kept on driving. And it was pretty badass. So if you have to die, I mean, because I think there was people up there, so he tries to drive up there. I think sees that there's somebody up there, and just keeps on driving, drives right off the edge and then he ejects midway through the air, lands in the water, tries to swim, but he's in the blue, so dies obviously pretty quickly. So of all the ways to die, I think that was pretty awesome of what is going to happen. So kudos to him. So you guys have so far, we're 2 matches in. It's still super early in this season, but you guys right now are currently 5th place in this power ranking. Obviously doing very well tonight. Trying to either keep that or improve on that. What's been going right? What's caused you guys to get to 5th place so far?
Well, I mean, it's a brand new team. I talked to you about this a while ago when we were nobodies, and I said that I was going to build a badass team for the upcoming season, and I got kind of lucky with a couple of my players, and as everyone in this community knows, they kind of want to play with the people they know. So I brought one in, and they had two more, and it just became this beautiful synergy where we're marking shit and we're communicating, but we know exactly what's going on. We don't really have to yell at each other, so we can focus at the game.
So now we are also lucky enough to have joined us Sarge from Pro Heavy Lead. One question, Sarge. I want to know about the Evil Knievel jump at the end of that match. I want you to tell me what was going through your mind.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I didn't even think about zone. I was just having fun. Just having fun.
Because I thought, because there was a guy up there, so I figured you tried to drive up there. You thought someone was gonna be up there. You were like, oh, eject, and boy, did you! And I like that you jumped out of the vehicle while it was falling. That little extra, like, is what makes it, like, a little extra spice in the spaghetti. Yeah. So, kudos to that. But as we were just saying to Dad and saying to you guys, a team relatively new, getting to know each other, but still showing a lot of success early. But with that said, if you guys are playing really well early, it can also cause conflict later on. If you guys don't really know each other as well, everything's going good, but if it starts going bad, something bad happens. That's going to cause some friction. That's usually what happens with new teams. They come in there, especially with those top elite teams. They come in there, they're clapping early. They get a little bit of a setback, and then that's when the kind of like the cracks come up. How are you guys going to prevent yourself from having any type of like internal drama to keep you guys strong, so you guys can be successful the whole scrim?
There's a couple of things that come into play, right? So like, I don't know if you've noticed, but we play a lot better when we feel like we're losing, right? So we're always we're coming from behind mentality. So right now we're not top 5. We're at the bottom. We're in the last 5, and we're focusing on just getting those extra kills or stealing those kills or getting those extra placement points that we need. We're playing like we're losing and we need to catch up, and that's what keeps us ahead. And it also keeps us humble when we're dealing with each other.
And I think that guys that like are teams that we haven't talked about a lot, especially like you guys and Hacks, teams that we didn't talk about a lot early in the pregame. On Monday, we didn't talk a lot about you guys in the pregame show, because you guys were so new. You guys I know that for Hacks, and I think for you, maybe it's a little chip on your shoulder, like, oh, Duke doesn't want to talk about us. Let us show you then what you missed.
Well,
I definitely don't. I know. Sorry.
The key to that was we just we got a few new recruits towards the end of the week last week, and we really didn't show anything in the season because we didn't really have the people. I didn't even know I was going to be on the team. I wasn't even planning to join until all of a sudden, can you help your brother out? And I joined, and then a couple of my friends joined, and then we kind of got the ball rolling from there.
You guys are doing it. I mean, all I can say is keep doing what you're doing, but the only thing that, with success breeds sometimes conflict. Who's like someone wants to, I think you talked about it, Dad, is you got to trying to keep, when you're having success, staying humble, not thinking it's expected, but it's something you have to keep working on. If you guys can do that, I mean, you guys are definitely going to be top 5 and really going after these 187 Blacks and OUTcast Alpha, like, because we've kind of christened them as the teams to beat, but I think you guys like you and Hacks are kind of like, especially I've read it in chat, I've seen it, I watched the video demands, you guys are kind of like, whoa, don't crown these guys already, we're still here, we're trying to win also.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun.
So I'll let you guys, go ahead, I'm sorry.
We, over the last couple days, we've been just like kind of coming together as like a family sort of, and just dedicating a lot of time towards film and kind of rotating, finding our landing locations, all the stuff that needs to take time, but we kind of made it work in this week.
I don't want you guys to miss your getting in the room and everything. So
yeah,
thank you very much for coming on. I'm sure we're gonna talk to you guys again. But
good luck, guys.
Good luck in Miramar, and good luck for the rest of the night tonight.
All right,
thank you.
We'll do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So, I've been I've been going back. I've been watching like the video on demands. I've been looking at I've been reading the chat in Discord and the chat in on the video on demand. And I do see that as casters, you want to go, you go to where the action is, you go to, and you got to go to the teams that and I know that Hacks and Pro Elite, a lot of teams are like, what about us? You're all talking about 187, you're talking about OUTcast Alpha, you're talking about the Forgotten, you're talking about all these other teams, and I know that I think unintentionally, us as kind of like put a little chip on a lot of teams' shoulders and say, okay, you want to not show us, we'll show you what you're missing, and we're gonna like frag out and try to be successful. I think that's something that Brohim Elite is now trying to get themselves into and say, what about the rest of us? So there's a lot of teams in this lobby. It's not just 4 teams, and we're also trying to be successful also.
All right, so I do have some updated scores. Let me go ahead and try to put that up right now real quick before we start. These are unofficial scores for the first round. Okay. Where is it at? There we go. This is the top 12 so far tonight. Unofficial, of course. Oh, look at that. I like how it fits right there perfectly on my iPad. Wow. It's like it was made for my iPad. Yeah. Like it's like perfect. GG's. I don't know if Brownie did that on purpose or C-Dub, but man, that looks nice. All right. We have 187 Black, of course, in the lead with 43 points. The Forgotten, though, not to be forgotten, no pun intended, 35 points. Look at the top 3. 13 kills each for the top 3 teams tonight. So they got 39 points, 39 kills just in the top 3 teams tonight. Last one standing at 32 points. So it still could be anyone's game right now with 187 the Forgotten and the last one standing not too far apart. Men of 4 Bravo at 22 points at 4th, and Broham Elite, the team we just spoke with, coming in at 18 points, 5th place. Let's see. I'm not sure if I have the remaining.
And with that said, 187 Black of the teams you just said are the only Brohim and Brohim Elite are the 2 teams in the top 5 or top 10. You just answered. The last one standing didn't play on Wednesday. They did well on Monday, but didn't play Wednesday, so they got no points there. So obviously, it's going to push them up, but by missing an event, that's also going to cost them. The Forgotten have had 2 terrible events, so scoring those points, getting the 22 points, is going to really help them in the whole Scrim season 2. Because now each team is not only trying to win each match, each daily Scrim, but they're also banking those points match after match to try to push up those power rankings to get into the prize pool.
Exactly. And I do have the remaining teams right here. Sorry, guys. We'll load up that right now. Here we go. Let's see. Look at that. It's almost like it is made for my stuff. So that is the bottom half of the teams. The rest, the remaining teams, from 13 to 19 points. I did notice a little different scoring system. Where I see that you're giving teams that place above 16th at least still 1 point. So it's not like you're not going to get 16.
16 to 25 gets 1 point, placement point, because we're not using the 2020. We use the 2019 scoring system, where in 2020 they got rid of the 1 point for 16 to 25.
Okay.
And they pushed first place down to 20 points. Using the 2019, it's 30 points for first place, and 16 through 25 all get a point. This is it's pretty much a debate between 2019 and 2020. 2020 is more the kills are worth more, where in 2019 it's more of a placement scoring system. So and this is what OUTcast likes. They like, obviously OUTcast Alpha is more of like a analytical placement team, and it's their Scrim, so they're going to set the rules. And I know, so that's why they really want to focus on placement versus just fragging out.
We do have Miramar FPP. The next round should be Sandhawk FPP, and we're going to finish it off the night as we always do with Vikindi TPP. I'm not sure if they've added an FPP to Vikindi in customs. That would be nice. It's been forever. Like, give us the option, okay?
Exactly. I know that by watching your customs, there's been some issues just making rooms in Vikendi and stuff like that, with regards to what weapons you can
Vikendi's always been broken with advanced room options, but they with this recent update they broke Erangel, so now regardless of what kind of options you do, all weapons will still be on the ground. So that
great.
Kind of sucks. And that includes also the arcade rounds as well, which I do a lot of them. good thing is Sandhawk and Miramars are not affected, so you can still do somewhat special rounds. Although Miramar, there's no option to take out the Winchester. It's just kind of its own category, and they don't have that on there, so you can't take it off. So it sucks with the melee rounds, but at least we got Sandhawk. At least we got.
Are you doing the 12-hour scrim tomorrow, or 12 hours of casting?
A stream? No, tomorrow. So tomorrow, Sunday's my birthday, so I decided to kind of cut my 12-hour stream short, and I'm gonna stream a little bit longer on Sunday. So.
Oh well, again, that's 2 days, and then again, happy birthday! I'm sure I'll be there on Sunday to wish you on your day, but a couple days early, happy birthday.
Murder's just the way he's falling, it just looks so hilarious. Thank you, I appreciate that. I invite anyone to join my stream on Saturday, and of course Sunday we're gonna be doing a bunch of custom rooms with prizes plus gift card giveaways and giving away a $35 gift card as well since I'm turning 35 years old. Do see a lot of teams right now dropping towards the end of this flight path, so this north side's about to get pretty crowded. And is it me, or does it look like a lot of people want to drop on this water No, it looks like they're going. I don't know where they're going. They're potentially looking for a vehicle and heading towards Torre or Campo. But definitely quite a few teams looking to do that as well. Mena 4 team drop, Infamous, all taking water treatment. That's such a weird hot drop that I don't think I've ever seen 3 teams drop here. And I'm not sure how. Well, actually, this is Miramar, so this hasn't been updated. Probably not a lot of decent loot here.
Look at all the teams up in Oasis. Holy jeez. I've never seen that many teams up there before.
And the zone shifted away from there, so they're going to have to eventually move down there. Hacks landing inside of Los Leones along with the winners of the last round. They do have OUTcast Bravo to their west. Team 22 dropping towards the southern part of Los Leones. And we already have some action with Team Broham Elite. Down goes dead, knocked by Fade from OUTcast Charlie.
Wow, that's if they can't pick him up, that's gonna be a huge loss.
Oof, this is not a good thing for Fade HD4 getting shot now by Team 24 as well. He needs to try to push back towards the building. Down goes dead, finished off by Madman from OUTcast Charlie. Mars only has what is this? A P1911.
And the teams since he just dropped here, they're all spread out, so the teams can't really get on the same page and kind of do any kind of squad tactics. It's pretty much a bunch of 1v1s.
Looks like Marsh is getting a little bit of background from Sarge. Sarge gets a knock as well on Amanda from Team 24. Cloud is over there by himself with Junie.
Now Sarge playing real smart, getting up with Marsh and now making it a 2v1 against Fade HD.
Never seen so much action up here. It's so weird. Down goes Fade HD4. Knocked, about to be thirsted by Sarge with the Deagle. In fact, I think that's the only gun Sarge has right now is the Deagle, getting shot up from across the way by Madman. AKM with the 4x Ghost, single tapping it from that distance. That's actually a good idea right there, especially since that's the only weapon he has right now. Bong main knocked still. He might be savable. I'm not sure. We'll see. He should be able to get saved by Larry. I keep saying Larry. Madman, if he moves around the buildings, and that looks like exactly what he's doing, especially with the rest of Broham Elite down here as well, moving out from there.
I think Broham Elite is smart to get out of there because they have a full sneaker beat up. They've had a chance to kind of loot up a little bit and get some weapons, and it looks like Sarge might find himself in kind of, if he doesn't be careful, he could get himself. Where is he? Is he stuck in there?
Down goes Outcast Charlie. Sarge, I'm not sure.
He's trying to jump out. I don't think he can jump out of that little crevice he's in.
Wow, that's okay. That got to definitely.
Well, I mean, if he's quiet, I mean, he'll stay alive at least until the blue gets him. But yeah, losing Sarge and Dead this early would be like borderline
especially
catastrophic
like this.
for Brohim Elite.
Like this, yeah. Not being able to move from here. Down goes True Killer. There's some action going on elsewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Never mind. It was over there at Chumaseta. We have a team down. 187 pushing towards Hacks. And now we have Team Outcast Bravo pushing towards Division 1. Let's see. Trying to get to my cheat sheet. There it goes. And it looks like 187 is actually going to leave Hacks. I thought they were going to potentially have another bad round with 187 heading towards them. Sarge is about to get spotted. This has got to be such... You know what? I missed out on last time on Sarge's cool moment. This is probably not something he wants me to spectate, but it's... Oh, he got out! He got out! Run, Sarge, run! Down he goes. Rip for Sarge. He finally gets out. Unfortunately, only had a deagle. Let's go back over to Team 22 being pushed by Outcast Bravo. Death and Bison have been knocked. Pikachu has been knocked. Jay White now the only one up. Gets a knock on Fuglet and Dan Trasher. The only one standing for Team Division 1.
Can Jay White clutch this?
Let's see. Jay White should definitely... I think I know what he's doing. This is a smart move.
You go and pick up his teammates. But that is also going to allow...
them to get both revived, yes.
Get both revived. So, it's yes, you are going to pick your players up, but now it's back to 3v3. And losing Pikachu is pretty big. Bison, I mean, Outcast Charlie came in with a really... Outcast Bravo came in with a pretty good team. Bison, really, really well. Death, leader of Outcast, and Pikachu, all great players. So, they've definitely come in here with a quality team.
And here comes the push. Down goes Jay White. Down goes Outcast Bravo, finished off by Division 1. Trasher knocked, but should get revived. I don't see any other teams around them, so they should be okay. Let's go ahead and take a look. I want to say Team 15 and 10 HP. Broham Bravo. I'm sorry, Mena 4 Bravo versus 10 HP. They should be able to see each other. At least Team 15 should be able to see down towards 10 HP.
Have you had a chance to use the new Tommy?
Actually, I was doing some hot drops earlier, and yes, the first gun I picked up was a Tommy.
I really like it, especially with a red dot on it. It's so like if you have.
I feel like they're gonna buff. I feel like they made it stronger, and they're gonna buff it. Like they're gonna nerf it. Because it definitely feels stronger. Yeah.
It feels with that red dot, you can you have the grip on front. You can just keep firing. You don't even have to kind of pump spray. You can just keep it on. And that new shotgun, I know you hate shotguns, but man, is that a killer!
I've seen that. A lot of people were using that shotgun, and it sounds vicious.
And
I wish it was an.
I'm looking out from like 50, 60 meters, and it's still hitting.
It sucks that it's only available on the Vic. I think if they would have added that to all the other rounds, it would have definitely... I'm not saying that everyone would be rocking a shotgun, but I've seen people drop a gun just for that.
And I think they had a bunch of spare DBSs from all the crates, because now, whatever map you go to, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
that weapon is everywhere, and I still don't pick it up.
Yep, exactly. We have an MK14 and an M249 dropping down on BHC Alpha. Not seeing a whole lot of action. Let's actually go check out 10 HP. They're going to be getting pretty close right now to OUTcast Alpha. And never mind, OUTcast Alpha is just taking off from here. First zone still barely closing right now.
Looks like all those teams up north are going to probably be able to rotate down. Maybe Infamous and Misfire might run into each other based on where they're going.
That's exactly what I had thought. Both teams are going to be going towards the red zone too, so let's see if anyone gets knocked from this red zone. Kind of always want to capture it if I can.
Now, with the problem is Infamous is all their members are in one vehicle, where Misfire is in 4 different vehicles. So if that red zone hits Infamous, looks like they're gonna make it probably out of the red zone before it starts dropping. You do have 45 seconds from when it first starts to when it starts dropping bombs.
And there you go. They're able to get out of the red zone. Let's go follow Misfire. It looks like Fat Boy's out. You know what? No, let's go.
Yeah, they said that it's the first zone. Let's just take cover. It's only the first zone. It's not that bad.
It's not worth getting killed by the red zone this early.
Now, Fat Boy is one of the smarter guys in the team, so he's the only one that took cover. Hopefully, none of the other teams get smacked in the zone.
Down goes Yam. This is going on between Men of 4 Bravo and Team Drop. Yam has been knocked. Elma Mont's already been thirsted, and Gold just got knocked right now. Looks like Mamba now the only one left. 14-15. As soon as they get situated over here, they should probably potentially, I don't know, probably not push that, especially since, well, they do have a truck right here. I could understand why not wanting to push, but if you know you got 2 team members killed, I'd rather make sure that there's no one up there above me to take shots at me every once in a while.
Remember, this is a Drop team that did so poorly in that first match. You know, Dropping getting knocked out by Misfire, then Moldy have to be in the water. So maybe they're just trying to get their feet under them still, because they really didn't have that first match to get well warmed up and prepared for the scrims.
It looks like someone from 187 has been knocked by Team Los. Los is a very aggressive team, and here they come pushing. That nade right there is gonna be it for Clown. Down goes Clown. So 187 losing a member early on to Team Last One Standing. Ginger got to be very careful right here, and down goes Ginger. Very nearly gets the knock on Frankie, but not enough. Looks like Team Los has a member down as well, and more
this
likely
Team Los, these are all former Tier 2, Tier 1 players. They all played for Error, and so they just haven't been playing with recently. So these guys are great players that can take any team in here.
And it looks like 187, the remaining members, Murder and Mystic, are just gonna have to push back. This is unfortunately the smart thing to do, with Ginger knocked and Team 12 just having a dominant position up on this hill. Winning the first round, they definitely got to focus on trying to get better placement.
No team can really suffer a 20th place finish. I don't care what place you're in. You really have to avoid those types of matches at all costs.
Yeah, for sure. And we do have Team 18 now starting to drive towards 187. This is a 3-man team. DSG Team 25 having some issues. Down goes one member of Abel's Fat Cheeks. Team 13 finished off by Drop Bravo. And let's see. Don't see anything else. Pretty crowded near Chumaceta. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams right here.
This team's pushing closer to southwest. So these teams that were up north that we saw so many of them, they're spending all their time rotating in over and over again. So that's less time. That's less time to loot. Even though you're in these later circles, you're spending all your time just driving into the zone.
Let's see who's outside zone. Broham Elite needs to get in. Misfire. Let's see. Where are they going? If they head towards this southeast right now, that's that's going to be bad for them because there's a lot of teams right now towards the southeast. Surprisingly, the west and the southwest, nobody in there, nobody inside of Valle del Mar. Everybody banking on it ending on these hills right here next to Chumasada, it appears.
I know that Artemis is IGL in this match for Misfire, and he takes a lot of pride, a lot of effort into his rotations because he knows how dangerous they can be in Scrim. So sometimes though, you get a little paralysis by analysis, and you kind of overthink yourself. So if they go too far south, they're gonna have a problem.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if they can just push in, sometimes the best play is to push into the closest zone you can possibly get. And if they do that, they'll be a lot better off. As another red zone hits them up.
The red zone's just following Misfire tonight. It's like an ominous sign to have the red zone follow you throughout the entire match. Right now we have Team 24. Down goes Angel, Cloud and Amanda. Angel very nearly knocked Kree, still up for Team 24. This is a sneaker meetup. Very nearly gets the knock on Ghost. Alec has been knocked. Here comes the nades. Down goes Amanda. Down goes Cloud. Angel very nearly taken out as well. This is now turning in slowly into a 2v4. That nade right there. Oh, and down goes Angel. What a beautiful nade right there. Toss. Down goes Angel. Thirsted, leaving Kree now by himself.
Man, talk about a Kobe. Whoa. What a great. I mean, and that's one thing that is a skill that I think a lot of, if you either have it or you don't. I know that on our team, it's Vulcan. He's just great with the grenades.
Yeah, there's always that good nader.
There's always that just has the perfect ability to drop those nades in the perfect spot.
And unfortunately for Kree, he's going to have to end up taking off while Team 8 is hunting him. Now the red zone formed around him. Well, how ironic would it be if the red zone finishes him off? Ghost getting pretty close. He got to be careful. I wonder if Ghost can hear the footsteps.
I know that I think it was on Wednesday, an entire squad was taken up by the red zone in Miramar driving around.
Wow,
in a
really?
vehicle. Entire squad, yeah.
Wait, was it caught? Or did Nikki catch it?
No, we just saw it. We were watching it. We just saw it. We were like, what happened to that team? And we went back, and it was just, you see that smoking vehicle in 4 boxes just like perfectly in the road in a perfect square. And you know what that means. And I was like, I say there's nothing more aggravating, no frustrating. You're just riding along, and then you're
Marsh knocked. That's why when I notice a team, especially when I noticed a single team driving through the red zone, I always try to watch it just in case, because I want to capture it on stream. I've seen it happen so many times in my kill feed throughout my couple of years of streaming scrims and customs, but I don't think I've ever caught a full squad wipe from a red zone, and I'm definitely waiting on that opportunity. So if any of you guys on the teams want to go ahead and do that for me tonight, that'd be awesome. You're not going to get any points for it, but you'll get some free random points for it, yeah. Let's go check out Team The Forgotten heading kind of close by the Woo. The Woo's been relatively silent right now. They've actually got a decent spot in the zone. They got this compound. They got, although it's definitely not the highest mountain around here, and that's actually where The Forgotten are going to take. And we actually have Team Los now as well down here, so it looks like quite a few teams are thinking the exact same thing, trying to take this mountain early. I also see Team Hacks. Haven't heard a lot from them this round. Definitely
it's such a prime spot up here on top of the hill.
Down goes Trick for the Woo, getting knocked. I can only assume by the Forgottens, and I've seen the shots coming from that direction. They definitely need to pick him up. This is, so far, for the last 2 events, the last Monday and Tuesday combined, Trick has the most kills, so definitely a guy you want to have still in your team towards these later rounds.
And the team that's in the top 5 team right now, too. We're going to be talking to these guys in a little while, but yes, they are currently, as I get my stats, they're currently in 4th place. So, you know, it's just the pressure builds. You can't have a bad match if you want to stay in that top 5.
Let's go back over. Team Drop getting in some fight with These guys are walking. Really? No, they can't be. They got a trike. Wow, that's gonna be nice. Good thing they only have. No, they have a full squad still. Where's the other guy? They're gonna have to leave one behind in a trike, driving around on this rough Miramar terrain.
Yeah, you always have to be that guy. That's like, random. You stay back. You run.
You know what
like,
would have been a good
man.
addition for Miramar? They should have added like little ATVs. That would have been a good addition for Miramar, because you think of all-terrain vehicle ATV, right? Would be perfect for Miramar.
Yeah, man, you should submit that or talk to all your. I know that you're a
I know
big
PUBG
wig in casting.
PUBG PC, they have that glider. I wish they would bring that to the mobile side. I think that glider on Miramar definitely adds a little extra perspective on things.
And this is what's so difficult in Miramar in these zones is rotating into these so look at Vulcan having a little bit issue running right into Team 22, along with the rest of these guys from Misfire. When you rotate in late, you rotate into where people are already at, and Misfire ran right into this 22 Division 1.
Fatboy's gonna try to go. Oh no, that's like actually worse. Heading towards south, towards 187. I see there's a bunch of action going down with the Wu and the Forgotten. Down goes the Forgotten. Trick knocked but not thirsty. Let's see if Los comes in. I do see Dizzy now heading towards her. This is a good opportunity to push. You see all the chaos. You see the knocking. You go in there and try to finish off whoever's left. Unfortunately, they have revived Trick. Let's see if they Dizzy very nearly knocked. Cyrac very nearly knocked from the opposite team as well. So the Forgotten has been taken out on this top of this mountain. Now we have last one standing and the Wu fighting for it. Xanax gets a knock on team Ghost Melee Elite. Down goes Stanky, Michael, and Ghost, the only ones left. At least left standing, I should say. Still 49 players, guys. 17 teams, and we're just about to reach the 5th zone closing, the 5th zone coming up.
We still have to lose another team. Really we have to lose 2 more teams before they even get 2 placement points. That's how long we played for 24 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of teams still in here. A lot of people about to see a whole lot of action. Probably not gonna be able to keep up with it. Frankie, Trick has to be careful. He's already been knocked twice that I've seen. The next knock, he's going to bleed out pretty quickly there. And Team Drop trying to head past OUTcast Alpha, holding the very edge of the zone. C-Dub trying to get some knocks out of the vehicles, is not able to. Let's see if God takes shots towards them. No, they don't. Here comes the zone closing in. And they just finished off drop downer. Here comes the zone. Wow, look at this west side. Like almost no one wants to be on this valley. Everyone trying to take this hill, this mountain, I should say.
That's south, like that's at the east southeast corner. Got 3 teams over there. Oh, drop.
Down goes Drop, finished off by Team BHC Alpha. We have a Joni from Broham Elite, led by his or herself. Men of 4, FP has been knocked. BBC and God, the only ones up. And actually, BBC right now out of zone. Wow, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a lot. Down goes Jonica for the Wu. They've only lost 1 though. And Wu Tang has been knocked. And down goes Bang Out. So this is actually a different squad right here. Team 17, here comes the push by the Wu. They got 2 knocked. They know there's only at least 2 to defend. Down goes Pothead getting knocked. Here comes the remaining members of the Wu. Bang Out has been knocked. Down goes Wu-Tang again. And down goes the rest of Infamy. That was a nice push by the Wu right there. They knew they had 2 knocked. They knew they had to push. Zone shifted. Right now, I mean, OUTcast is in prime position to take the center of the zone.
But look at this. We have how many teams are outside of the circle right now? And they only have
look at the South.
35 seconds to get in there. And it's 5th going to 6th zone. This is
down
death.
Goes 10 HP, finished off by Men of 4.
And like, look at like on the South from 22, Fuglet, just camping that edge, knowing that there's 2 guys from Misfire and somebody from Ghost Millie Elite coming down, but he runs right into top strikers. That's behind him.
BBC sees the entire team, BHC Alpha, and here comes the zone. Take the shots. He's gonna toss the nade instead. I wish he would have done that sooner though. And the nade bounces the wrong way. Down goes Emperor. That sucks. That nade did not bounce forward the way he had hoped. And Johnny just chilling right here. And down goes Team 9. Finished off by BBC from Men of 4. Although it's not looking very good for BBC, as he's going to have to keep pushing towards the zone. Johnny kind of trying to heal up right now. Down goes Ghost. Hacks get the zone. They're in prime position right now. They're going to be able to hold back OUTcast Alpha. They got the only hard cover in this zone right now.
And as it rotates a little bit back. And look at Team 25. They're like 200 meters outside of the zone. Just died into the zone. So
down
a lot of these
goes Cyrac. That leaves just Trick by himself, I think. No. Daft's with them as well.
Remember, we lost 2. Remember when I said we lost 2 members so early, and they're still around. They're still fighting. Got 4 team kills, but got themselves a nice top 10 finish again, even though they lost 2 members so early. If you remember when we first talked, we said, "Oh, these guys can get knocked out early, like in 20th place, and now they've been able to stay alive, stay aggressive, and still fighting."
Right now, Junie can really ruin this for one. Look at the nades. The nades being tossed. Let's see. Further, you gotta stand up and throw that. That's just gonna give your presence, let your presence known.
We talked about guys that just have it with their grenades, and some guys that just maybe don't throw it in the right place.
Like if you would have just been crouched, those nades would have reached and possibly got the knock on one of them. Down goes Junie. Down goes Broham Elite. Finished off by 187. 187 right now. Not in a good position outside of zone. Let's see if they can sneak their way in here.
Murder getting knocked right by Attitude.
Oh, wow. So now Mystic by himself. Not looking good for Murder. C-Dub. Gold very nearly getting knocked for OUTcast Alpha.
This was kind of similar to 187 on Monday or on Wednesday. They had their Herringal lost all their members, and Mr. Zebra literally went prone in the grass from 11th place, ended up getting I think a 3rd place finish just by going prone in the thick grass.
Down goes FP, finished off by C-Dub. C-Dub's nope. He thought he just got in the zone. Unfortunately for Hacks, the zone moves away from them, now favoring both the Wu and Team OUTcast Alpha. Legend heading with his bus towards the zone. Xanax right here in zone. No? 5 meters out.
Top strikers, team we don't talk a lot about, having a very good match in here, get themselves at least a top 6 finish.
Look at Mystic. Oh man, he can get up and just get the knock on Luis and finish off Attitude. And that's what he's gonna do. No? Here goes the nade.
Oh!
does do damage, does not get a knock. Down goes 187, coming in 6th place. Let's see how many kills they had overall. They had 5 kills, 6th place finish. Definitely better than what it was looking like in the beginning when they had half their members taken out early in the round. At least getting that 6th place finish.
And this
Down
is going to be a huge match
squad
for top strikers. I mean, they really needed a good match with some points in them. They haven't had a top 10 finish yet, so this is really going to give us a lot of points and hopefully push them way up in the ranks.
Down goes Trick, and down goes the Woo. Hack still a 3-man squad. This is a 1v1v3v4 with OUTcast Alpha still having the entire squad. Down goes Brownie, attitude knocked. Legend's probably gonna ruin this for Hacks right now. Down goes Gold. Looks like
I don't think Gold saw the setup right there.
So each of the solos are probably gonna ruin it for each team. Down goes Gold, finished off. What the heck is about to get the revive on Brownie.
If Legend had a grenade, and they were just picking him up, he could have
prepping a nade. What is that?
But look.
Oh, down goes Cobra. Down goes Legend. This is now a 3v3. Although Cobra has been knocked. Down goes What a Heck. So if they can get a revive now on each of their teammates, they'll be back to square one at 3v3. Team 21 though in zone.
Oh, this is going to be a battle of titans right here. 3v3, the number 1 team and the number 2 team in the power rankings battling it out for the victory.
Yeah, and unfortunately for OUTcast Alpha, they're the ones being pushed by the zone. Here goes all the smokes. Luis right now getting this very crucial flanking position. Although they're not in zone. At least he's not in zone. Down goes Brownie.
C-Dub's on fire.
C-Dub goes down. Down goes OUTcast. GG's for Team Hacks winning their first round of the night with 9 kills. OUTcast Alpha coming in second with 6 kills. And Top Strikers coming in third with 6 kills as well. Let me go and take some screenshots real quick.
And if you remember how badly Hacks did in that first match, they really needed to come back. And they really did that with 9 kills. OUTcast Alpha doing what they do, match in, match out, being successful, staying top 5, getting 6 kills. Top Strikers, I guarantee you those guys are probably the happiest guys in this lobby after I think it was 11th place finish on Wednesday and 17th place finish on Monday. They were able to get 3rd place in this match. That's going to rocket them up the ranks. And then we have a lot of teams that are in there. Misfire, stay in top 10. Ghost Me the Elite, one of the teams that was doing poorly, getting 11th place finish. So a lot of good matches. In 187, what's 187? 187 getting the 6th place. And
with
the Woo.
4 kills, right? Yeah.
The Woo, and we're going to talk to Trick again after the next match. But last time we talked to him, his whole mindset on his old team was just play well enough in Erangel and in the other matches to get top 5 so that when you got into Sandhawk, that's where they like to frag out. So let's see if the Woo still keeps that same mentality in the next match. But with that said, we are very happy to invite the coach of OUTcast Esports and member of the OUTcast A team, C-Dub, to his weekly segment, which is One Good Idea with C-Dub. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How y'all doing?
What's up, C-Dub?
And I know we'll wait probably till the end of the matches to talk about that match and what's been going on so far. But I know that you had a specific thing you want to talk about, and that was rotations and what does that mean? So I'll let you take it away, sir.
Right. I think we're going to try to stretch this out into into 2 weeks because rotations is such an expansive topic. I mean, so obviously the most dangerous time for most teams during any round is during rotations. If you were to go back and take inventory of when you died the most often, I'll bet you dollars to donuts that it would be during a rotation. So, I mean, so the whole point of rotating obviously is to get set up either for the next zone or run away from the zone that's currently chasing you. So to me and for OUTcast Alpha, the first part of deciding on your rotations, where and when, is zone prediction. There's a lot of rumors going on, or that have been going around, about how to predict the zone. I'm sure that you guys know a couple, Pickford and Random.
Oh yes.
I just use my experience.
Where the drop goes, the zone goes. And the zone, after the third zone, the zone always pushes away from water.
Right. Yeah, that's a lie. I mean, that's what everybody. I mean, 99% of people think that. I think it was last Wednesday we had a zone that like centered over water, like up until the very end. People were jumping. Maybe it was Monday. They were jumping off of the rocks into the last zone. There were people swimming like in the last zone. So that's untrue. If you look around, especially since this last update, you'll see drops that are landing in the blue. Don't even start smoking until the blues passed them up. So that's not accurate either.
Yeah, because I've actually experienced that as well. Drops landing in the blue. So.
Right. So the only real predictor of the zone is mathematical. So every zone after the first one, it doesn't count for the first one, will shrink by 50%, straight up. I mean, 49.92 or 50.01. So the only thing that you can guarantee yourself for the next zone is that the center of the current zone will be inside of it. Again, that doesn't count for the for the translation between first and second. But after that, 100%, the center of the next zone will be in. And if you can kind of visualize the distance between the center of the current zone and the edge, that's how big the zone will be. I mean, almost within 10 meters. So if you think about that for a little while, it should help you predict where the next zone can go. Basically, think of it like a bullseye. The closer to the center of the current zone, the higher the percentage is. Dead center, 100% chance you're going to be in the next. Start getting 300, 400, 500, 600 meters out, you might have an 80% chance of being in the next zone. Get on the edge, you've got something like a 7% chance of being in the next one.
No, and I know, C-Dub, that maybe you could do this. You've made a very nice photo of this using the same type of circles. Maybe you could post that in the general chat, because I use it. I stole it from you and use it, and it kind of says, okay, it's like a bullseye. The smallest is going to be within 100%, and then you put like 75, 50% chance, and then 25%. And something that I use as a guideline in kind of knowing what my probabilities are, and it goes to what you're talking about, where you guys rotate. Because one thing that OUTcast Alpha does, and if you're watching these matches, well, as many as I have, which is every single one of them, you see what OUTcast Alpha does. They reduce their RNG by jumping to places where there is loot, and they can get looted up with this low risk, and then they rotate into places in the zone where they know the probability is that they're not going to get probably pushed out of the zone as soon as they get there. I think that's a very good idea, because you always see, I don't think it's a coincidence that you see at the end of these matches, oh, OUTcast Alpha got the zone again. OUTcast Alpha got the zone again, over and over again. You kind of say that a lot. And it's not by luck. It's by C-Dub and Brownie and those guys really figuring out where these zones are going. And they don't know where it's going, but what's the highest probability? And over time, the better you play it, the more probability it's going to work in your factor. And you'll be able to get those locations that are so valuable at the end of the match.
That's right. It's definitely not an accident, and we're not bribing PUBG Mobile, that's for sure.
Yeah, but like I said, if you could maybe just post that that figure that you put, I know you gave it to me. I don't know if it's your secret. Maybe you don't want to, but it helped me a lot in regards to knowing how zones work.
Yeah, we'll actually give it a post. I'd planned to put it into a YouTube video, but just for the guys here, I will try to clean it up a little bit and make it a little more presentable. And
is your C-Dub Gaming, is that still private or is that open?
Certain parts of it are private. Most of it are open now, though. If you want to start sending people that way, they can head over and check it out. I'm subscribed to it. I watch every time he posts a video. It's worth a subscribe just to watch his series on smoking in vehicles. Right there, you're gonna learn how to smoke your vehicles. I learned so much from 2 5-minute videos that it really completely changed my gameplay. So I just go over to C-Dub Gaming. It's on YouTube.
Watch hit him a subscribe and watch those videos. They're quick. They're like 3 to 5 minutes long, and it really gives you a lot of like information quickly. It's something you can then go out and practice and do yourself. It's not that complicated, but when you try it, you're like, oh, why? Literally, you'll say to yourself, why didn't I think of that? Because it's such a basic concept, but you don't think of it and you don't use it, and then when you use it in game, you find out how effective it is. So. So that was it. So that was our first kind of talk about rotations. Next week we're gonna get a little deeper into the rotations concept, because I'll tell you what, if you've been watching these scrims, you see what Outcast used to do and what they used to do now. One huge improvement they've made with CDUP is their rotations are so on point. But, and we're gonna talk about this maybe when you guys come back at the end of the game. We have noticed, I went back and watched a lot of video on demands. You guys are losing like one player like here and there, just shot out of cars, you know? We kind of noticed that in that Erangel match too, where I think you lost one player. And so maybe when we got done tonight, we talk about the matchups is, when you do lose that one player, what's the mindset?
Right, I'll definitely
in that rotation process.
Right, there are definitely some things that change, and I will be thinking about that conversation on the way into the next round. In the meantime, I'm getting chewed out. It seems like I'm late.
Yeah, so I know you got to get in there. I know we can talk to you. I can talk to you for 40 minutes. You got to get in there and get this third match on Sedix. So good luck for the rest of the match, C-Dub.
All right, man.
And I mean, like I said, he literally has a video about like, you know, when to smoke really close to your vehicle, when to smoke 10 feet away from your vehicle, when to throw the smoke at your enemy so that they get blocked, and then you can kind of like make movements. Like lots of I never thought of that he's explaining, and it's really, really valuable. So I suggest anybody go in there. But as we go into this third match, have you got the score, sir?
I have. I'm just playing the commercials real quick. I'm on the last one, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at them as soon as that's done. And you know what? I went to go save them and didn't even like look to see if anything's changed, and I do see something has changed. So let's. Well, no, yeah, we'll see. Not a significant change. Let's go. Let me open up the first part of this. All right, here we go. And so as you can see, we still have, oh shoot, my bad. There we go. We still have 187 Black in the lead. They have increased their lead slightly, but now Hax is in second place, only 16 points behind 187 Black. And of course, we have Team OUTcast Alpha in third, 37 points with 9 kills. Last one standing at fourth place with 36 kills. And in fact, they're tied right now. It's, you know, in points between them and the Forgotten. And this round has just started, so let me go ahead and take that off and turn off this FPP Sandhawk. I always love watching Sandhawk ones because they're so much smaller. You usually get a decent amount of action from the very beginning. And of course, it being FPP allows for teams to be makes it so the teams have to be a little bit more aggressive, because you can't really snake the whole entire time on the ground. So
with that said, with this being such a large lobby and such a small map, the drops are so much more important in Sandhawk, because usually you'll see that the matches, the teams, you know, reduce a lot quicker in Sandhawk than in any other map, obviously because it's smaller, but it's all based on that drop, and get yourself a nice spot to loot up and try to eliminate as much as you can that RNG, unless that's what you want, because a lot of teams are just going to jump Paradise, they're going to drop Boot Camp and say, you know what, we're gonna be the aggressors and let the other teams have to deal with the RNG.
And boot camp's always within a hot drop, so we'll see if any teams actually go there. Team
a lot of tops dropping early.
Yeah, Men of 4 staying right at the very beginning. Team Drop heading towards Kampong. Men of 4 Bravo heading towards that direction as well. We have 10 HP just gliding over the quarry right now. OUTcast Alpha heading towards that way. Does look like we're going to have a few teams heading towards boot camp. At least last one standing appear to be going there. The Wu, the Forgotten Division 1 are heading north of that, or northeast of that, I should say, towards Paradise Resort. Looks like Top Strikers and Team Last One Standing deciding to take a boot camp hot drop. Look at this west coastline. Not used to seeing so many teams down here. We have Ghost, Melee Elite, along with Abel's Fat Cheeks over here as well. Michael very nearly knocked, being chased right now by Xanax with an S12. And down goes Michael, knocked. Savage, unfortunately, not going to be able to get to him in time. Let's see if there's anybody. We have Broham Elite and Misfire over there by Ban. Ty.
Yeah, Artemis did get a knock, but they used that just as a way to get themselves out of that situation. They only landed on a couple buildings, so they got a weapon and dropped one of somebody from Premier Elite, but then used that to pull back, preventing the Broham from being able to push them, so Misfire can rotate along this coast. And
yeah, the coastlines are surprisingly busy right now. I mean, look at you, except for the north, like over here by Mong Nai, Kao, nobody went over there. But the rest of the coastline is pretty full. And I do see a flare drop already coming in, an M249 and an A-dub with level 3 gear. So some nice loot already dropping for BHC Alpha. Wait, is that? Do I see someone in the water driving? Okay. Sweet. Who's the one drives Spirit? Okay. Let's check him out. I don't often see vehicles in the water, so it's always interesting to see people using them. Especially this little jet ski, man. This thing is so dangerous.
I just get launched off it if I make it one turn.
Yeah. And they actually have Peinan to themselves right now, so. But I will say this, they do have 187 very nearby. Still currently the point leaders in this round, but anything can change with just one round. Looks like a member from Team Last. I don't know his name. His name is like, let's see, that is, I want to say that's Japanese character, so not quite sure.
That is a kanji character. That's what the letters are called. So that's why I just say lost kanji.
I always say like Japanese letter person. Yeah. If I know if it's like Chinese, then I'll say Chinese letter person or Korean. I can sometimes tell the difference. And right now, Team 18 pushing. Zvex down he goes, and knock. About to be Thirst, but then Legend gets knocked. Rage now.
Strikers.
The only one right here to be able to help, as
Zeus can get around there and without getting caught, he could do some damage to Dizzy and Frankie if he can come up behind him like that.
And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. And he gets the knock on Dizzy. Frankie gets the knock on Zeus, though. They have thirsted one member. Zvex has been thirsted. And down goes Frankie. And down goes Team Los. They did so well in the Miramar map to go
kudos
down so
to Top
early.
Strikers.
Top Strikers. And look at this. They're not going to lose a single member. Landed
Top
hot
Strikers,
and taking
squad
that spot.
wiping, last one standing. I think a team that was like, I think 15th or 16th in the power rankings coming into here, having a great match, last match, I think 3rd place finish, and now squad wiping, last one standing. So I don't know what's gotten into these guys, but man, they're coming into these last 2 matches strong.
Down goes Nova, 14-25. In fact, each team exchanging a knock. Savage and Stanky, the only ones up for Ghost, Melee, Elite. And it looks like Xanax is the only one. They're actually, unfortunately, they're just a duo and already lost half his squad. I see Fuglet has been knocked, and I believe he's with D in Division 1. And he just got a kill on a member from Team 16, Cyrac.
That's the Woo. That's the ones that really like to consider themselves experts in this map. We'll be talking to Trick after this match the current frag leader after 2 events.
Down goes Nova, finished off by Ghost, finally leaving Xanax finally by himself. Cobra has been knocked for Hacks. And down goes Cobra, so Hacks losing Cobra early on in the match. Look at guys, check this out. All you see is the scope, that's crazy. Take a picture of this real quick.
You still collected your collection of oversized weapons?
This is like an oversized 3x scope. Yeah. Wow. And it's still not going away. That's so weird. Oh, look at the. I would say there's a palm tree coming out of it. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I've been, yeah, as Piper said, I've been collecting those screenshots of when I get big weapons like that. It's just kind of funny. So we still. Oh, down goes Trasher. Dan has been knocked. Down goes Fuglet. Down goes Division 1, finished off by the Wu. So they probably regret taking out one member of the Wu, because now they have just faced the full wrath of the remaining members. Sinister has been knocked for Mena 4. It looks like Moldy has been knocked for Team Drop. This is 14 versus 10 towards the southeast of the zone. Zone's about to close in. We still have 19 teams, 69 players left alive. Let's go check out Taco. He said he's gonna. Oh yeah, Taco came into my stream earlier and said he's gonna be joining. So let's see what he got. He got that M249, about to have 3 members of Hacks right in front of him. He's spotted Kando, it looks like. Did not take any shots though. And it looks like Hacks is just going to take off from here. Let's go see what the rest of these squads are doing. Looks like Moldy and, Drop and Team Meta 4 now fight. Moldy gets the knock on Sinister. FP now the only one standing for Men of 4. Gonna have to take off now. Although I will say this right now, most of the members of Team Drop are knocked.
That's if you're looking at the kill feed, you see that there's. Well, they have 3 members up. 1 knocked, Zeus super low, Moldy and Ambush kind of up. So yeah, he's probably gonna push back, get himself out of that situation. But he's gonna go right into the quarry, so it's gonna be hard for him to get out of there, because he's got Outcast Alpha on the other side of the quarry that's probably keeping an eye on. Obviously, Brown should probably keep an eye on the inside of quarry. So it's gonna be hard for FP to try to get a route into safety.
Man, how are these guys all finding flares in these customs, but I can't find flares in classics? Come on. So top strikers are getting let's see, I'm trying to find out what the heck they're getting. Landing on top of the warehouse. They do have an MK14 and a Nog up there, but they first got to get it down off that where. Luckily for them, landing at the very edge, so one well placed nade should get it off of there. Although this flare has now attracted the Wu. Trick probably spotted that. Team Infamous. Look at that. See what I mean? Everyone getting flares. AWM and a Groza dropping for Team 17. Let's go check out Hacks and BHC Alpha as they're getting close to each other. Zozu has been knocked. Thirsted as well by Brett from Team True Savages.
He was kind of pushed forward in that Hunter's box, and where the rest of the Misfires kind of pushed back a little bit. So obviously Misfire knows he's there, and now it's just going to be they have 3 players left? Yeah, they have 3 players, so it's a 3v3 battle.
Angel just got blown up. How? Zone grenade? Because there's nobody in the red zone that I see. Is Amanda AFK? What are these guys doing way out here still? What's this going on? How did this happen?
Did they just stay out there and loot and just not care?
Wait, do you see Cloud and
Team 24
inside of the boardwalk, or is that just on my side? Because he's inside of it. Team 24. Oh, He just blow it up. They were stuck inside the boardwalk. Wow.
No.
Or inside that pier, whatever the hell you call that. They were stuck inside of it. I was wondering what was going on. That definitely another drop coming in. MK14 M249 plus the ghillie. The ghillie's probably one of the more better things to grab in these drops because Sandhawk, infamously full of snakes, and that ghillie just makes it really nice to be able to hide away from people. But yeah, I'm very unfortunate for Team 24 getting stuck in that pier, whatever the hell you call boardwalk.
I wonder how long they've been in there, just since the beginning.
To be honest, I don't know. I only noticed them because I was thinking, why are they still outside the zone? Down goes Fat Boy Thirsted. Artemis knocked. Vulcan now the only one left for misfire. Not in
they've
zone
been
too.
Trouble with this True Savages team trying to get away from them.
Unfortunately, Vulcan now forced to go all the way around. Definitely needs to use that syringe that he has, so that way he's not totally losing all his health as he's trying to get into zone. Let's go check out 10 HP and the Forgotten as they're getting pretty close to each other. And it's looking more and more like this is going to be a Paynan finish.
Oh, I don't know. He has. I don't know why he's not using his health. Vulcan, and he's trying to get out of the zone, but maybe he's just gonna wait till he gets in here before he uses it, because he does have 3 for. Yeah, there he goes.
He's trying to conserve as many of them as he can.
I know that it's real bit. They've had 2 top 10 finishes. I think 10th place twice, and they just want to keep consistent. Top 10 or better every match. That's really our goal. But we've only had 2 top 10 finishes. So if he can get a little bit better, even if it's just by placement points, that's really what he should be shooting for. Especially now as the circle gets over. There's so many teams outside of the zone up north that if he can get in there, maybe camp out a little bit, he can do well. Because a lot of these teams, when they come in here and just running into each other, that's going to become a slaughterhouse.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. We have Amanda driving around in the tuk-tuk. Let's go check out Team The Forgotten. We have Mena 4 Bravo near them as well. Yeah, this whole northeast section is about to get really crowded with all these teams now having to come in. Ghost Melee Elite teammate needs to come in as well. Not sure where they're going to come in from. Vulcan did just get into zone. Just another chill for the remaining time. Let's go check out Amanda and Angel both still driving in the tuk-tuk. Let's see how long they keep driving in this. Definitely don't want to go up against a full spot while you're in this thing.
No, you don't want to go against a bad bump in a tuk-tuk.
You're gonna get killed by one guy with one clip. That's how fragile those things are. 10 HP. They need to hurry up and get in zone. Prod only has 1 first aid.
The problem is that they're going to go right across in between the quarry and OUTcast Alpha is right there. So as soon as they come up this road, they have no choice but to go through the road. OUTcast Alpha is going to maul them as soon as they do that.
And OUTcast Alpha has pretty much primarily just been chilling around this quarry zone. So they landed in a decent spot and have not had to move yet. Bang out and Wu-Tang. Down goes Pothead. So looks like there's only one member of Team Infamous. I'm pretty sure I know what his name stands for, but I won't say it for the sake of the stream.
You don't have this. You have a higher moral compass than Duke does. I think he just repeats it continuously. Duke does on Mondays.
And down goes Cal, getting knocked by him. Let's see if Bug can get the clutch save, although you're taking so much damage at the zone. And look what they have to go. They have to go against Team 24 and Team Mena 4 Bravo as they come into the zone. Down goes Blade, getting knocked. Paynan still in zone. 46 players left alive, guys. Look how small this zone is.
They know, and you're just pushing in. They're just coming in. I mean, they just have to run into each other. It's just going to be. I think when you have these zones like this, random, is that when teams are kind of rotating at the same time, that's when you get like a lot of teams with 2 members left.
Yeah.
You know, they'll each team will lose a couple of members, but then you'll have 25 people left and still 15 teams because everyone's kind of lost a player or 2.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, as the zone moves in, we're probably about to see at least 10 to 15 people get killed as this zone starts to close in. The Forgotten are in a tough position right now.
I don't know how they're going to get in. I mean, they got your favorite player to the right in the blue. They're trying to rotate around them, but Amanda's right there along with Angel. They're trying to rotate it south of Blue Camp. It's going to be tough.
Bug is even in worse shape. Let's see. Oh, actually, he's gotten some more first aids, but needs to hurry up and get in there. As soon as his zone closes, it's going to start doing even more damage. Team 15 creeping their way into zone. We do have the Woo right there waiting for them. 187 right now, right across from OUTcast Alpha. Now, OUTcast Alpha does have hard cover in this zone right here, but I don't think Team 187 has let their presence known. Knowing 187, they probably won't take shots until they can get a knock, and then they'll probably rush that compound.
I think with 187 being up on top of that hill, they're just going to try to see the squad they can find first and push that area. So if it's down to the right or to their left or to the right, being Brohim or the Forgotten.
Down goes Hacks, coming in 17th place.
Wow.
Bug's about to be. He's the last one for the Forgotten as well. Let's go check out the Woo as 24 comes in on them. That's twice already going down early in the round.
Very early. I mean, I think it's going to have a real deciding factor on these because they had a big lead going into here. So we'll have to see how much of that lead that they lose.
Well, after the second round, they were still second. They got themselves to second place behind 187 by 16 points, if I recall. So going down early this round, and then of course OUTcast Alpha wasn't too far away from that. So I mean, it's still early on. There's still 15 teams left, so anything can happen. 187 and OUTcast Alpha in zone, perfectly positioned. They're not going to have to move, especially for OUTcast Alpha. The zone's probably going to end on them, and they have the only hard cover in that area. See? You guys all need to take notes of C-Dub's algorithm. That is using. Look at that.
They should have figured it out.
They got zone. That's a good ass spot in the zone too. Only cover. Down goes Team 15. Here comes the zone. The Woo have to push in. Never mind. For Team 15 is not out, but half of them are. Dark J has been knocked. Here are those shots fired. 11 teams left. 25 players left alive.
It's getting more and more deadly. This is the 5th zone. This is one. It's getting spicy. So you can't really be hanging out there very long. All those teams on left by Pioneers, all of them just dying to the blue, left and right.
Vulcan, you can do it.
Vulcan keeps trying to go prone, but she. Oh man, he's so close.
Vulcan,
oh,
not that way.
Makes it.
Not that way. No.
Just hide. No, he's right there.
No.
He's right there. But he was able to clutch all the way to a 5th place finish.
Yeah, 5th place finish.
And if you remember how they lost. I think there was like
early on.
Left.
Yeah, there was. It was still early on. Wow, out of all the places to go, GG's. All right, so we still do have OUTcast Alpha in the zone right now. 187 trying to finish off the Woo. Jonica, looks like a nade's going to be coming towards Jonica's way. That one's thrown a little too far.
Now these guys from Brohim Elite have such a long distance to make
closing in as well with 187 and OUTcast Alpha both in zone waiting for them. I see Ginger and someone from OUTcast Alpha looking towards this way. Looks like What the Heck is looking towards the smoke. And here comes Marsh. Oh, and he gets the knock on What the Heck. That's probably what he's thinking to himself as well. Like, what the heck just happened? And down goes Brownie, getting knocked by Junie from Broham Elite. Junie now knocked. They might just be doing 187 a favor now by messing with OUTcast Alpha. Gold has been knocked. And here comes
clutch the kill. Or actually, it was Ginger got the kill on Marsh. So now it's 187 is going to run right through OUTcast Alpha because they're all knocked.
They're pushing right now. Yeah, and they're knocked. This is not a good. Well, I don't know. They're not pushing full. Down goes C-Dub. Thirsted as well. And
there
down
you go. That was just
Brownie.
gonna be too difficult. They're all knocked.
187. Another win with 15 kills this time. OUTcast Alpha coming in second with 3 kills, and Broham Elite coming in third with 3 kills. Let me go and take some screenshots of this.
What a excellent match, OUTcast, and then the Brohim team that we talked to earlier, able to clutch a 3rd place finish. 4th place, the Woo, 5th top strikers, another great finish, and the Fat Boy and Misfire and Vulcan were able to clutch all the way from, I think, 17th place all the way down to 5th place. They only were able to get 1 kill, but those place points would be so important.
Imagine if you would have gone the opposite way. It was clear that way.
Yeah. I mean, it was
maybe got to like 3rd. You never know.
That's a very good. That's a very good point. Now we're gonna try to get Trick in here from the Woo, and give us a little bit of insight on what they're all about, what they've been doing. So we'll see if how long this will take. Hopefully not long. And we just got, I guess, Trick just sent me a thing, says he's not going to be able to do it. So that's happened sometimes. People drop out at literally the last minute, and he is just sent me a thing, I won't be able to do it. So we are sans a 3rd interview. So we're going to take this time to, I guess you can.
Actually, we can use this time to. Let's see, where did I go? This was going into this week, right, guys? So this is the top kills right now going into this event from the last 2 on Monday and Wednesday. So Trick right now with the lead, 22 kills. Attitude not too far behind, 18 kills. Mr. Zebra, 16 kills. Artemis with 15 kills. Marsh with 14. Brownie with 13. Cyrac 13. Junie 12. So we actually have a 3-way tie for 12 kills. It's Junie, Peachy, and Sarge. Real Desi. I think that's. I'm sorry, that looks a little small to me on my side. Let's see. The Real Deal. Okay, there we go. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. Real Deal, 11 kills along with Thrive as well. Lobo, 10 kills. Mystic, 9 kills. X Prophecy, 9 kills. Brett, 8 kills. Twists, 8 kills. And then a bunch of 7s. Cal, Elma Mont, Ginger, Hippo, Ghost, TS Ghost, and top it off, Vulcan. Those are the, let's see, what is that? 1, 2,
top 20. Top
20 fraggers going into tonight's event. I'm sure those are going to be changing coming in on Monday.
And if you look at that top 10, although I didn't put the teams right on there, I mean, the Woo has 2 members, Cyrac and Trick. Hex has Attitude and Peachy. 187 only, but 187 is the only has one of their members, while Brohim Elite has Marshy, Junie, and Sarge, all from Brohim Elite, all in that top 10. So a lot of teams not only in the top 10, but having multiple members on there. While a lot of teams we thought would have multiple members, like 187 Black, like an Outcast Alpha, only represented really with one person to Peach, with Brownie and Mr. Zebra.
Let me get into the room real quick before I forget.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, all this information, this is all officially unofficial. We're not... Uh-oh. Did I write this code down wrong?
Yeah, so the scores that I'm giving out in between the rounds, those are definitely unofficial, guys. This is kind of more of a, hey, this
just
is,
a little
sneak peek. This is what it looks like, yeah. Because you never know. Sometimes we're humans. We make mistakes. Sometimes we miss a kill or so. And so that's why we're saying they're unofficial scores, at least for the scores that are coming out every single round for tonight.
Yeah, usually someone will watch them, check it up. So yeah, so these power rankings also are going through this event. If you want to get the official information about what's happened in this past week, tune in Monday at 9:45. Duke and I do a 20-minute overview of all of last week. We go through all the best teams, all the best players. We'll have the cherry topper popper rankings. We'll have the power rankings of all the teams. We'll also go over the fantasy teams that Duke and I picked season, and the teams that we picked to do well in this season. Plus, we'll also do my picks, Duke's picks, plus the best players that we didn't pick, and see who does the best. So you'll have all the information. Plus, we break it.
Hard start.
What's that?
Guys. No, I'm just saying 20 minutes before hard start for next
20
Monday.
minutes before hard start.
Monday
At
coming out.
9:45. Tune in. If you're a team, and what to do is, how do you get on that? People say, well, how come I'm not doing the pregame show? Be top 10. I mean, that's really what it's going to take, because we only have a finite amount of time. We're gonna break it down like we used to, where each team, each player kills per match, total wins. Plus, how Duke likes to throw in those comparisons, like he did last week. 187 versus everybody else, and how dominant 187 was. So there's going to be plenty of information, plenty of stats, and like I said, a complete review of the first week, the first of 8 weeks in this OUTcast Scrim, sponsored by HyperX. So you'll be able to, if you missed anything, you'll be able to be totally caught up on Monday, starting at 9:45.
Now, speaking of HyperX, let's go ahead and show those commercials one last time. These last rounds tonight. Here you go. Your earbuds.
My favorite.
Guys, I know this is not the same game related, but that would be an OP controller or grip for if you're playing Minecraft.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good point.
Back to this scene as we wait for the rest of the teams to come in.
As we go into this, some of the teams that are doing well that we've seen tonight, Brohim Alpha, Last One Standing, Metaphor Bravo, and Infamous. All of those guys have missed at least one event so far, so they're all in their second event. So yes, Last One Standing might be doing well, or Brohim Alpha, or Metaphor Bravo, or Infamous, but they've already kind of put themselves a little bit behind the 8 ball by missing an event already, and that's kind of pushed them lower in the scales, or on the standings. So, again, like we said before, we have 9 teams that have played that just didn't show up today, and plus we have another 4 teams that this is their very, very first event. So there's a lot of factors that are really kind of contributing to how these stats are going to roll out, and these standings are going to roll out come Monday in regards to who's where. You might see, well, I saw a team that did really, really well, like Meeseeks. How did Meeseeks fall out of 7th place? Well, they didn't show up today, so that's obviously gonna have a negative effect on their power rankings. So we'll see if plus teams like we see like Division 1 who's done well. This is their first event ever, or in this season. Blood Trauma Esports, their first event in the Scrims sneaker meetup, their first event, and Abel's Fat Cheeks is also their first event. So 4 teams that we've talked about today, it's their first out of 3 events. So obviously, even if they come in first place and they score 30 points, the other teams have all had 3 events. 16 teams have had 3 events to amass points. So like I said, it's gonna be, you can do it. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's gonna be very, very difficult to be really, really successful unless you're playing all the events. And as soon as we get done tonight, as soon as we get done with the post-game show and Random signs us off, hit up OUTcast's Discord, and sign up for next Friday's event. And then the day of the event, next Friday, go in there and confirm your spot so that you can guarantee your team a spot in these scrims. And do that again for each day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Alright, so as you guys can see, this is the current unofficial scores after round 3. Of course, we still have 187 in black, and in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is no longer a battle for first place. It's gonna be a battle for second. It's gonna be almost impossible for someone to get, what is that? Let's see.
What is Bobby points
43 points in one game. I mean, it's possible. You'd have to get the win and 13 kills and hope 187 black doesn't get any points. So it's looking more like it's gonna be a battle for second place. OUTcast Alpha with 62 points. The Woo coming in third with 51 points. In fact, tied with Broham Elite right now with 51 points as well. And then Hacks coming in 5th place at 50 points. So right now, although Hacks is in the current lead overall, and even if 187 black wins tonight's scrims, which is looking like they are, if Hacks can somehow manage to win this round, they'll still be in the lead and they won't lose that many points compared to 187 black, because there's only, what is it, what's the point?
30 points. Is it 30 from fifth to first?
No, from first to second. How many points difference?
Oh, 8 points.
8 point difference. So, yeah, right now Hacks has a decent lead over everyone else, and if they can somehow manage to squeeze a second place finish tonight, they can maintain that nice little lead that they have going into week 2 of the round. And with that, we'll go ahead and show the rest of
right
these.
Now they have a 24-point lead over 187 black in the power rankings.
Yeah, so if they can try to get this second place finish, no pressure, okay, no pressure, guys. But if they can get this second place finish, then that 24 point lead? That 24 point lead won't be 24 points no more, but it definitely will be better than if they finish off at 5th place, which is what they are right now. But like I said, it doesn't look like it's gonna be a battle for first. It's looking more like it's gonna be a battle for second place finish tonight between OUTcast.
It's really this Hacks team is like a tale of 2 teams. They do really well, and then they do really poorly, and they do really well. So this is their match to do well. If we're going back and forth, So hopefully they'll have a good match in here. We talked to we spent all Wednesday dedicated specifically to Hacks because they were in first place, and I'll tell you what, they heard the comments. They really, for what Attitude and PG told us, was that they really didn't want to take it seriously until after the first scrim, when everyone was just shit talking them in chat about who the heck are these guys. They were like, oh, okay, a certain team that has 3 numbers in their name. was really, giving them a ration in the chat, and so they, it's like, kind of like let a
Healthy
sleeping dog lie. Yeah, you don't want to get people like hyped up like that, and it really lit a fire under Attitude Peachy and those guys' rears. Now they're really taking it a lot, like very very seriously.
All right, so starting just north of Cosmodrome, heading through Castle and ending right over Winery. A good chunk of the teams has already gone off towards the northwest, and we do have some teams heading east, almost centered. Team 25, Abel's Fat Cheeks, staying exactly at the beginning of the flight path. Meta 4 Bravo heading towards Trevno, only ones over there. Those kind of split looting between Cosmodrome and Coal Mine, the little area by the bridge. We have Drop landing. Well, we have 187 Clown traveling along with.
Oh, Clown right on top of Misfire. Clown is all by himself. If they can get a gun in.
And down goes Clown. Thirsted as well. It's
wow.
When they seen that knock, they're like, let's get this thirst. We can make the difference tonight. We'll be the heroes for the rest of the teams.
So, a big point for Misfire. I mean, and I'll tell you what, whoever's dropped, I'm going to have to talk to these guys afterwards. Whoever dropped Misfire, jumped from, is doing a great job because they're able to get to jump on both Drop in the first match and now Clown in the second match. So, a big kill for Misfire. And now it looks like they'll be able to get...
they're gonna fight for
vehicle, but now looks like Murda, all by his lonesome, is pushing over there. I don't know where the heck the rest of Misfire.
No,
187 is.
No, they're in the car with them.
Oh, they're in the car with them. Okay, I was only seeing him in there. So so
they're both pushing towards Pitchers right now.
Misfire better be careful because you took a little bite at 187, but what it was, I don't think it's going to be appreciative of that very much. And
I want to say 187 is probably going to head towards Dobro. No,
Dobro, because that is their Dobro is their normal drop spot. So,
and it looks like they're going to contest it with Top Strikers as well as Top Strikers is
Top
heading
Strikers
towards there right now.
The Top Strikers has with the Giant Killers tonight. They've really been very very successful. Oh, but looks like maybe they heard Misfire was there. It looks like did. Oh, no, they're going to keep on going down to Dobro, but they're going to run right into Top Strikers, and if they're not careful, Zeus was going to meet them right when they roll in. I don't know how much loot they have, either one of these teams, but
I want to say they kind of just grabbed the car and just came over here. Yeah, look at Zeus, completely empty, does not have even armor.
And the Murder, Zeus, and Zebra are all on top of each other.
There he goes. He got himself an ump right there. Why are you skipping the ump for? It's right there.
The new ump is faster and stronger, if I'm not mistaken. It's like new and improved.
Dude, there's an ump right there. I feel like I can just tell him you just missed. He's walking around with a DBS and a revolver.
Well, that's what you don't have automatic pickup on.
There he goes. He got an Uzi now, so GG's. Yeah, so right now 187 down a man. Person, right? Gender neutral here. Down a person right now, and Zeus should be able to hear someone. Murda, yeah, with the vehicle. I'm not sure if he heard.
And this 187 team, even though they've lost a player, they're still not.
Mr. Zebra gets the knock on Ghost. Down goes Ghost as well. Thirsted by Mr. Zebra. Mr. Zebra, if I recall, he was in the top 5 of the top fraggers. So
he is. Yes, you are correct. Yeah, I think he's currently number 3.
Number 3 in the top fraggers.
Overall top fragger list. So not a guy you want to mess with. Yeah, he's currently number 3 with 16 kills after 2 events. And now you have this classic urban battle. Top strikers on one side of the road, 187 on the other. I would normally say, just look for top strikers, but after what they did the last one standing, getting a complete squad wipe.
Here comes True Savages. Down goes Brett, getting knocked by Marsh. Let's see what's gonna happen right here with Broham. What was it? They were in the top 5, so like I said, they're one of the teams that are battling.
Broham Elite.
Yes, they're battling for this number 2 finish, because there's not much difference between second place and 5th place. Between all those rounds, there's only like 10 points that separate most of them. They gotta be hoping that
Broham
OUTcast
Elite
Alpha
is
dies
currently
early.
5th place in the overall power rankings too.
Yeah, so they're definitely looking for a strong finish tonight. Everyone hoping kind of that 187 goes down early. I bet you they got somewhat excited when they seen in the kill feed Clown going down and Thirsted already. Everyone probably got hopeful that the rest of them would get knocked. Down goes Dead, down goes Marsh. Oh no, Junie now.
Wow.
Junie and Sarge left by themselves. They still got Killer knocked. Let's see if Pancake is gonna go for the revive or just wait it out. In the meantime, let's go see if there's anything else going on. Looks like 187 has decided to just leave Dobro. Really surprising, actually. They did not contest that. I mean, I know they lost a member, but they normally play pretty aggressively. And it looks like losing a member early on kind of made them not want to, especially since it's not even in zone anyways. Maybe they were thinking they're just going to be able to gatekeep these guys.
They probably know how many points they have. They're not pushing towards something. They're trying to hold on to something. So, maybe they just decided, let's not take that risk, because if we get knocked out in 19th place, we could lose that first place spot.
Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. I'm looking at Pancake throwing smokes at his... I thought those were regular nades. I'm like, oh, shit, that's about to explode. And Pancake now getting rushed by Junie and Sarge. They just got the revive on Wolf. Wolf has not had any time to heal up. And Brett has revived Killer. Down goes Wolf. Down goes Sarge. Brett very nearly knocked. Killer has just healed up. This is not looking good for Junie.
No, this would be a huge loss if they get knocked out this early.
Gets the thirst on Wolf at least, but Broham Elite going down early. I think they were the first squad to be wiped. No, never mind.
Now, 19th place, so obviously top 4 in this event, plus top 5 overall. So that's more points they're not going to get, and that's a huge loss and opening for a lot of these other teams.
We got Team Hacks versus BHC Alpha. El Pro Junior has been knocked. Martinez and Taco too far, and also Emperor has been knocked as well. Emperor, he's just as screwed as El Pro Junior. Unfortunately, surrounded by Hacks members. Down goes El Pro Junior. Cobra got to be careful. He does not get knocked right here by either Taco or Martinez. Taco having to push back. Look at, see guys, this is how I know. Look at. Well, look at that's an ice M4 too. It's kind of fitting considering we are now inside of a Kindi, so to see an ice M4.
And now Martinez just like holding off the inevitable really right now. Pax knows exactly where he's at. They're in the wrong building, but they're going to figure out he's in the other building. And Luis staying outside in case he tries to jump out. Maybe Martinez can jump out the back window and get out of there if he was able to do it. But no, they figured out he's not in there, so now he's going to the next building. So, yeah.
He just moved. He just made a step. Yeah, so now they know.
Yeah.
And down he goes. Very nice rush by Hacks. Hacks getting
great job.
4 kills and taking control of Villanova by themselves. They have it all to themselves. Now let's go check out what True Savages have coming in for MK14 and a Groza level 3 gear, of course. 187 all driving towards, let's see. They have the Forgotten right next to them. Mr. Zebra luckily able to just barely escape that.
There's no rest.
Or maybe not. I don't know. They're still shooting at him. And he is able to escape. Does take some damage. Pretty sure that Dacia's... Oh, they're still shooting at him. They're not giving up. And his vehicle's now smoking. He definitely can't afford to take that that Dacia. I mean, the Dacia anymore. He's gonna have to leave it alone now.
If you look at that, 187 is completely surrounded.
Misfire coming in right here now too.
Behind. Oh, and Artemis, they're pushing right now, but they're only pushing with 2 people. They didn't know they were there. They didn't know they were there.
Unfortunately, they're leaving one to go to the other.
They're going to even worse, going into the Forgotten. Oh, man, this is going to be tough.
This is actually best case scenario because I thought they were going to get just wiped by the Forgotten as they came in. They were actually able to park their car, and they haven't been knocked yet. Luckily, that nade just tossed a little too far. Fat Boy taking some damage, but he was already in the process of healing up. Blade coming in. I do hear Zozu. I do hear.
Vulcan are coming in, so they're gonna go all out in this match. They're gonna go after the Forgotten. They're not gonna let them kill 2 players and then go on their merry way. So this is a big decision for both these teams.
Oh no, Artemis knocked. Zozu knocked. Artemis has been thirsted. Vulcan caught on fire. Down goes Vulcan.
Yeah.
Fat Boy, down goes Fat Boy. They got 1 knock, unfortunately. 2 members of Misfires knocked almost simultaneously. GG's.
And that's how easy it is. You know, you go from
I'm really surprised now I have a feeling if 187 would have had the full 4-man squad, they would have pushed that right there. They would have definitely pushed that.
Yeah.
But because they're down 1 member, they're not being as aggressive. They know they just got to survive to like a certain placement just to secure their #1 spot tonight. Because those 8-point difference, who knows how much difference those 8 points will be between first and second.
I mean, and you know, in these scrims, each match is so important. Misfire having 2 top 10 finishes, and then a 4th place finish, finishing out with 16 points. You know, it's kind of you have 3 strong matches, and then that 4th match you just kind of have a little bit difficulty. But you know what? They were 8th place going into this in their power rankings. So we'll see how their scoring and everything affects along with everybody else's.
All right, so we got some action going down with Ghost Melee Elite and Team Hacks. It looks like Ghost Melee Elite has all but been wiped. Ghost, the only one left. So pretty much the same. Martinez is probably thinking, I've lived this situation before.
Exactly, yes, sir.
Although Metaphor are down just to the east. I mean, to the west of them. So they got to be a little bit careful with these guys. They should definitely have seen that drop coming in. Yeah, so Cobra now kind of keeping an eye out towards them. As long as he doesn't get knocked, he should be fine. Ghost gets the knock on Kando. Tries to get the thirst, is not able to. But it's going to be very difficult for anyone to get to Kando before he bleeds out. Here goes the nade. No, he tosses. He's trying to get behind that shack. Peachy with the clutch save. GG's.
She got him?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, but didn't give it up,
no!
though.
Sinister from Men of 4 sneaks that kill as Peachy just got there. Oh, GG's. That's got to be tough. Tough for Peachy as he about to get to Kando.
And look at these. And this is what Vikendi is so difficult. Look at Ghost on top of the building. Metaphor way over to the right, and then these Hacks guys just going through all these buildings. There's so many different angles with these European-style buildings. But he has jumped from building to building to roof to roof.
Yep. And that's exactly what he's doing. Cobra. Let's see if Cobra can hold him down. I do see Dan getting knocked. Looks like it's a faraway knock, though.
This is like a repeat where now, but this time Hacks Luis pushed this building all by himself. Tried to go up there and take care of it.
Off Ghost.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. Ghost takes care of it.
Let's see, what do we got here?
Great use of angles by Peachy and all these guys to try to get to find out where this person was on the roof. But now You think Men of 4 is going to push them, or I mean, if I'm Men of 4, you got to kind of know that they're kind of spread out a little bit. If you've been watching, it's a prime opportunity to kind of push Luis and Peachy as they are by themselves, or push up to Cobra up in that.
Well, that's
with the
definitely
windmill.
changed now that God has been knocked.
Yes. Wow. Well, that changes the whole story now.
Bukabra has been finished off by Murda. And let's see who we have here. They're pushing. We got Blade Bug and Cal from the Forgotten pushing towards Team 12 right now. Oh, a nade coming in. Very nearly knocks Dizzy. That was his own partner's nade. Cal now the only one left. And down goes the Forgotten, finished off by last one standing.
So we saw last one standing get smoked by top strikers last match, but then they come in and they take out the Forgotten, one of our best teams. It just shows a team can take out anybody else that quickly.
Looks like Outcast Alpha is trying to find a decent spot in the zone.
I tell you, we've lost a lot of teams a lot earlier this match. We normally do in other matches. We're only 17 minutes in with 13 teams left. I know that such an Erangel, we're at the 25-minute mark with still 16 teams. So
I think we did have fewer teams this round, I believe.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
1,
6,
2,
7.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, so we had a few teams
Yeah.
less than we did the last round. So, but yeah, normally we'll typically see still a decent amount of teams, but 13 teams left, and we're barely gonna be closing in on this third circle.
And I tell you what, one thing we're gonna have to ask, if you have to remember, is if you look at two teams that were not in this last match, are the two teams from the Outcast team, Bravo and Charlie.
And you know who else didn't? The Wu didn't finish the rounds needed tonight, did they?
They did. Wow, that's it's funny because maybe that's why
Trick couldn't join in?
Trick could join it. I mean, you're throwing away a lot of points, especially the Wu. But Bravo and Charlie. I mean,
they'll still get some points,
teams.
but they could have potentially.
Yeah, they could have got more.
Yeah.
So obviously you want to get more points. But we'll have to see. Usually with the team that's running it usually has other teams in there. Plus, I know there's so many. The Brownie and those guys are so big on that. So we'll have to see. Have to ask them in the post game show. But until that happens, Last One Standing is still trying. I mean, Last One Standing, they're a team that's either the best team I've ever seen or one of the worst. I mean, they do some things that are so amazing, and then they get squad. I don't know. It's hard to kind of figure them out sometimes. A team like Infamous playing smart, stayed in there. That's what teams like Infamous have to do. Open Villa, just stay. You don't have to try to get kills early. Get to the last circles, and then when it all breaks out, that's when you can go and try to frag out and get a lot of kills.
Oh no, and we have 187 coming towards here as well. True Savage is down, goes Pancake, knocked. Murda very nearly knocked. Oh, wait! Brett just ruined that for Killer. I mean, Ginger would have came in either way, but not a very smart thing to do. Throw a nade at your towards your teammate. I mean, I thought that was a smoke coming in, not a grenade. That definitely affected.
Wow. And look at Brett. He's like, Brett knew he screwed up, and he's running.
I'm out of here. Like, never mind. I'm sorry.
He's gonna rise in. You can't catch me in a digital world. But I would love to hear their comms right now on that team and how that's going.
Some slight raging right now, probably.
Yeah, I think so. There better be some spicy language.
It's a good thing I can't hear the chat. Is another word.
Exactly. I mean, wow.
Down goes Pancake.
I like how Britt's still trying to throw mollies and stuff in the general direction.
Zone's about to close. Dude, it's gonna be super hard to escape from 187 by yourself without a vehicle.
Yeah.
There goes a nade. Brett taking some damage. They know he's still there.
And all I was gonna do is just Murder and Zebra gonna push out on the right, and Ginger's just gonna watch on the right or on the left, and that's all it takes.
Mr. Zebra adding to his kills for the cherry popper, right?
Cherry popper, yes.
Yeah.
Whatever Duke calls it. But they got 6 kills as a team, plus moving up, and now the team's making that rotation early. Rotate early, rotate safe. That's usually the saying, and Les was stating are doing that. Infamous already in the zone, been pretty much in Villa a majority of the time, and I like what Drop is Team 10 is doing, going up north and probably going to push down from the north. I have to say, I think 187, with his 10 HP 187 and top strikers, so they're going to maybe try to rotate a little bit later. And I think that's in this type of zone, going from the 5th to the 6th zone. I'm not a big fan of rotating late in Vikendi. This was so open. Who's who doing?
Xanax from team 25. Like, I feel like he could have got up and got.
He is shooting.
He didn't get one knock. Down he goes. He gets the someone gets the knock on Frankie. He did enough damage and just took off. That was interesting.
He's thinking, I'm killing them all. And then he just jumps for it.
Yeah, he's never mind.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna do it again. I was so successful the first time. And now these look at that last one standing, rotated into.
So
pretty much
many
they're surrounded.
Teams down to the south right now. It is packed full right now.
Yeah,
Murda versus Abel's Fat Cheeks. Team 25 versus, this is a nice 3v3. Peachy gets the knock on Blizz from 10 HP. Down goes Nova, getting knocked by Ginger with an MK14. Xanax knocked as well. Hikaru now the only one left standing for Team 25. Here comes the zone. So many teams right here towards the south end.
Yeah, Hikaru had a chip. He could have got away, but now they all hear him. They're looking for him. They hear him, and that they finish off those guys quick with the Abel's clapped booties or whatever they're called. Clapped cheeks. Fat cheeks.
They're definitely clapped cheeks now. Yeah.
Yeah, those cheeks have been clapped shut. And now, so 11 teams to go though, and another hard. Oh, took some shots from Cobra.
Down goes Rage, thirsted as well by Murda. 187, trying to get as many kills as they can already with 8 kills. Meta 4 right across from Outcast Alpha. Both not in zone.
And this is gonna be tough. But they have 30 seconds. Outcast Alpha is close, but with this 6 going to 7th zone, just jumping out of the window, landing and running over that other fence is enough to kill you.
Yep, exactly.
It's that quick.
They got the knock on Sinister, and I don't think they're gonna be able to get the revive. I mean, they can try. Although this zone's gonna start closing in, you gotta be careful. Looks like Sinister is bleeding out pretty decently fast.
I think Sinister called him off because you said God was pushing towards him, and then he just turned around and stopped. So probably Sinister told him to not worry about it. Looks like Benefor's gonna try to rotate to the right, away from Outcast. to get into the zone. But 187 is right there, right when they try to rotate that way. 187 is right there to cut him off.
Down goes Pothead for Team Infamous as Team Drop pushes in from the north. Mena for God has been thirsted. BBC and FP now the only ones up. Down goes Luis for Team Hacks. Hacks now left with just 2 members. At the not even in. I don't even think they're in zone. No, they're not. 9 meters from zone. No, almost everyone's at the very edge of these zones right now. Of this zone.
There's so few. There's so few cover, and also there's so few. Just like it's flat with just a few rocks. So these teams are, and look at that. The Outcast kids comes out of there. They just get smoked by dark.
Down goes Goldie for 10 HP. Down goes Prod. 10 HP finished off by Team Hacks. BBC still can be very dangerous too.
Yes.
Outcast Alpha. They know he's.
And here comes 187 pushing right into all 3 of them.
Oh wow, Mr. Zebra
thirsted,
what a murder. Knock Ginger now the only one left. He still has a vehicle.
What a play by C-Dub.
Moldy getting knocked, thirsted as well. Down goes Team Drop, finished off by Team 22. Like nobody wants to head towards the zone. There's not a whole lot of cover in the zone. Team 22 do have one of the only hard covers in this zone right now, so they got a decent cover right now.
And all these teams, this BBC Outcast team, either they have Brownie's knocked, Murder knocked, but Ginger's got to move. And they take on Hacks. C-Dub does.
Cobra's like barely alive right now. Down goes Murder, finished off finally. Ginger now trying to get into zone.
I think Ginger's going to try to get in zone, and when they come over this mountain, he's going to try to get as many as he can.
Oh no, C-Dub falls.
Oh, he falls!
Or he jumped, but I think he miscalculated a little bit, and down he goes. Not.
That wasn't. I mean, I guess it was a little bit of a fall, but this is enough to kill, to knock you. Oh,
down
and the BBC
C-Dub.
in his last Will and Testament, BBC takes out C-Dub as he is trying to stay alive.
And the BBC's about to go down to the zone. Down goes Brownie getting knocked. Down goes Peachy. Down goes Cobra. Down goes Hacks. Finished off by What a Heck with that
look at
MK14.
Trap getting a few more kills before they get knocked out of here.
Team 22, they still have an entire full squad. And now we're down to just a 3v2. Make that a 2v4 now. Gold and Brownie. Although I will say they probably have the better zone, considering.
To see who can get those knocks first. I mean, looks like Dan was almost knocked, but was able to take cover before it happened. If I'm Team 22, I'm going to spread out a little bit so they can't wipe, 2 people out with 1 grenade or with 1 magazine. Make Brownie and Gold move their weapons left and right, searching for you. Because maybe you can see them, get an angle on them, and take one of them out. Because once you take one of them out, obviously it's a huge loss. They lose half their firepower. But if they get a couple knocks on you, and there you go.
Brownie. Here comes the push by the remaining, by all the members of Division 1. Gold left by himself. They get the thirst on Brownie. Make sure they get that point just in case. You never know. I've seen Gold clutch it before. And down goes Gold.
That's
Division
tough.
1 winning the last round of the night with 15 kills. OUTcast Alpha coming in second with 7 kills. And Team Drop, I believe this is Drop Bravo, coming in third with 1 kill. I'm going to take screenshots of the last round.
And looking at big picture, Division 1, they're first of 3 events they've even played. So yes, they're getting points, but they've missed 2 events. But it also cost teams that have been here for all the matches points too. With OUTcast Alpha again doing very, very well, getting a single place finish once again. This Drop team that's played in all of the matches in 3rd place. Hacks, our team that was 1st place overall, finishing strong in 4th, and last one standing in their 2nd event, 5th. Men of 4, a team that is outside of the top 10 power rankings, and then 7th place 187 Murda, or 187 Black, currently in 3rd place. So we have a lot of teams that pretty much except for OUTcast Alpha. OUTcast Alpha, Hacks, and 187 are 3 of the teams in the top 7, but the other 4 teams are outside of the top 10. Some of them have 0 points. I mean, Division 1 had 0 points before tonight's event started, so any points they get is obviously going to put them on the board. But I think it's going to be completely mix up and change this what the scores are. How close? Because before and understand that in this power rankings unofficially. Hacks was, let me show you the exact math. Hacks was 22 points ahead of OUTcast Alpha. So that's pretty much, that's a lot of points to make up. So with OUTcast Alpha doing very well, probably better than Hacks, they're going to close that distance. So is 187 Black, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. And we're going to really see how much closer that OUTcast Alpha and 187 Black can get to that Hacks team. Plus, the Woo who didn't even play in the last match. A lot of teams not sure for the last match. I think that's going to be a huge factor. And speaking of that, we are able to welcome back to our post-game show the coach of OUTcast Esports, C-Dub. Thank you for coming back, C-Dub.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Not a problem. First question. It looks like your Michael Jordan attempt at the end of that match did not work.
Oh, you're talking about my leap of faith?
Yes. It didn't seem like it was that far though. It didn't seem like it was that high when I went looking, but you did obviously enough to knock you. So obviously you didn't expect that to happen, or you wouldn't have jumped there.
Well, I was half health. Honestly, what I hoped is that I would jump down and either live or knock myself, and nobody would get the kill. But I think 187 ended up coming. The last member of 187 came up behind me.
No, it was BBC. BBC was hiding right behind you, and in his last will and testament, I think just shot you and killed you, and then died to the blue. Because he was kind of hiding in that corner.
He wanted to make sure you got that extra point.
He was hiding in that corner forever, because obviously you knew that. You had taken out the rest of Metaphor, so he just kind of was hiding out, and then once he either heard you or saw you, he went over there and, stuck his thumb in your ear and finished you off.
See, I assumed it was 187 because there was I killed one of 187 members that was driving straight for that whole car. So I was like, sure.
We saw that. You blew up his car, yeah. But BBC was literally like we're hiding right to your right, in a little nook.
See, if I'd have known they were on opposite teams, I'd have let them knock each other. Then I'd have jumped down there and got both points. Dang it. Oh, well, it worked out pretty well. I'm hoping, I don't think we're going to catch up to 187 Black by any means, but I'm hoping that we get a little bit closer. Surely we'll hold on to 2nd place. But,
well, I mean, it's a big thing because 187 was in 3rd place. You guys being in 2nd, Hacks being in 1st. I think all those scores are kind of going to get a lot closer together after the 3rd event and the 1st week is done.
Right, we'll see. Hey guys, I'm gonna turn it over to Brownie for just a second so I can get the graphics for these things to random.
Okay. Sounds good.
So,
you got for me, Pickford?
First question, in the 4th match, we seem to have missed out on two of the Outcast teams. Both either Bravo or Charlie were able to make it into the lobby for that last Massive Candy.
Yeah, we've had a few issues the past few days, just with people's availability, people getting back to school, and uh, it's been harder for some people to commit time to playing every night. So we're working on that, and we'll hopefully have all teams participating in all of this of our scrims and everything. So.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, Misfire was at one time putting out two competitive teams, Misfire Hades, Misfire Ares, but exactly what you just said. As the COVID situation kind of loosens up, keeping people going back to high school, back to college, back to normal employment, it has been harder for us too to get as many players as we want to play and get the best players there. So I know exactly what you're saying. So,
yeah.
I mean, it seems like Outcast Alpha had another, I'm going to call it classic Outcast Alpha event. Just playing strong, playing their game, and constantly, match after match, top 5 after top 5 after top 5.
That's our goal. We, the first round was kind of rough for us at the end. We didn't get we got 10th. We went out. There was just no cover. And that first round zone was absolutely crazy. But we cleaned it up. I think we got 3 second places in a row, I'm pretty sure, after that. So we're quite able to get a win, but that's the point. Certainly helped. Kills, of course, come with it as the later you end up in a match. So we're happy with how we played overall.
And you're lucky enough, as of after 2 events, to be so far in the top 10 of the Cherry Topper Popper award. So congratulations so far in that. Unlike in like our team where Artemis is also in there, it's usually odd for the IGL to also be a top fragger, but it seems that's something both you and Artemis seem to be doing. And I mean, I find it's great. Whoever can frag out, but usually it's rare to see like an IGL also be a top fragger too, because usually they're still spending so much time, planning and getting ready for the next move and stuff. What do you like? How do you able to balance both those things?
Well, I think tonight I might drop out. I didn't get many kills tonight. I put more damage in. The other guys picked up on the kills, but I mean overall, I end up moving ahead. So let's say I'm scouting ahead if we're moving somewhere on foot or whatever, and I see someone first, I'm gonna have the first contact. Or if I'm going after people with the VSS stealing kills, I can just pile up kills that way. So it's not per se that the others aren't, fragging out as much. It's just I get put in positions to get more kills sometimes. But I think tonight and overall, I mean, I'm certainly not doing more work than other people.
No, I've been obviously going back, watching the video on demand, seeing how what the top teams are doing. So obviously, I can try to copy that in my team and also bring that to the viewers. And I've noticed recently, over the past couple of weeks, that you guys have having this you guys obviously split up your rotations, but you're having this one person kind of get knocked out of a vehicle. Usually it's the 3rd or 4th zone where you guys will make a big rotation, and it's usually like the 3rd or 4th person that's rotating. Like you'll scout out, get a compound. Maybe Gold will show up behind you. Then the 3rd person behind Cena will get knocked. Cena will be able to go around and get into your area. But have you guys have you guys noticed that? And have you guys really been trying to deal with it?
I think you and Cena have definitely. I know Random's mentioned it. Have talked about it. That it's always the 3rd guy who gets messed up. So I mean, I don't know if you can correct that other than just having people not as spread out. If you move as a unit, cars are close-ish together, then they won't have the opportunity to see the first car and then mess up the 3rd car if you move as a unit.
Right, and that all boils down to communication, which that's the toughest part of this game. If the first person out and the last person out can communicate with each other and make sure that you're leaving as a group and have a pre-planned route, you can often overcome that. But being that it is the toughest part of the game, let's face it, if you're rotating 6 times in the game, chances are you're going to mess it up at least once and likely pay for it.
based on watching you guys, because like I'll go to like certain teams. I think you guys are really one of the best teams in rotations. And one thing that I've watched you guys is I'm trying to keep, say, my team, trying to keep the cars no far closer than 100 meters, but no farther than 150, which is very, very difficult for 4 cars to kind of collaborate in that way. But it seems that like if they get too close together, they all get sprayed out of their vehicles. If they get too far apart, that one guy gets put on an island and he can never get picked up.
Yeah.
But so we've been trying to really push it that 100 to 150 meters space between each car. And if we can, we've had at least more success in being able to rotate in that way. But like I said, if you're trying to get better, if you're watching these VODs, you're watching these scrims, trying to get better, go back there, watch the teams that are best at it. It's simple as that. Watch OUTcast Alpha, in their rotations, or 187 when they're pushing as a squad or stuff like that, or how the Woo plays Sandhawk. There's a lot of good teams on these demands, and you can not only be entertained but actually learn how to play better, which is what I'm doing with it.
I do have the scores up, by the way.
Yes, sir.
We have starting at first place, 187 Black, 105 points, 33 kills for the night. OUTcast Alpha coming in second with 62 points, 12 kills for the night. The Woo coming in third, 51 points, 20 kills. So Broham Elite coming in fourth, 51 points. Actually, kind of tight, I guess.
Wow, the Woo came in third and didn't even play the last match.
Yeah, and then Hacks coming in with 50 points, 18 kills for the night. And then let's go ahead and show the rest of these scores. These are unofficial, of course, guys. So just let you guys know. That's why it says unofficial in the very corner, because things can go wrong. But these are the unofficial scores thus far.
Well, sir, I think that we've successfully completed our first week of the Scrim season. It's had some unique stuff. Hacks doing very well in the first 2 matches, and then now on this Friday, kind of, I'm not saying returning to normal, but things that we've seen before. 187 OUTcast Alpha. So I can't wait to see how these numbers crunch down, and on Monday we'll be able to see where everybody is at 1/8 of the way through this process.
Still 7 weeks left to go, guys. Make sure you guys tune in early, 9:45. You said Eastern.
Yes, sir. 9:45 Eastern for a 20-minute pregame show with myself and Duke. We're gonna go through all the stats. We're gonna give you the power rankings. We're going to go through all of the trade time numbers. And like I said, if you look at the scores, if you have any issue with the scores, this is just the first. They literally just throw it together right off the bat. It's not until it's officially posted that Brownie will give you, this is the official scores. You says congratulations. It'll be 187, and then review those scores. If there is any error or anything like that, just send a DM to Brownie or those guys or anybody that does this, and they'll be able to double check it, triple check it. But again, these initial scores are just as quickly as we get them out, and then it's going to be double checked and triple checked before they become the official scores for the event.
Yeah, they'll be out and should be very shortly. So what happened is obviously we had to build some new score sheets for this event because we're keeping track of more things than we've ever kept track of before. So since this was the first 4-round night, we discovered a problem that somehow made it through testing, because we did test it extensively. So he's going to pull the scores into the old one, which is what we normally do anyway. We cross-check it on 2 separate score sheets, and so we'll have the correct ones out, in a matter of moments.
Seconds.
Yeah. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that on their Discord. I noticed that too. I was looking at the scores. I'm like, wait a minute, they kind of look the same.
Division 1 should have been high up. That's what I was like. I was scratching my head.
Yeah. But scores will be fixed, guys. Make sure you guys, all you guys should already be in the Discord. The scores will be shot out soon enough. Remember, as a reminder, stay tuned this Monday, 20 minutes earlier than the hard start of the round. Pickford and Duke, the little pre-game show. Should be a lot of
Yes,
interesting
sir.
facts, updated statistics from the man himself, Pickford. I will personally see you guys back on Friday, but Monday, the start of the second week with Duke, and of course Wednesday with Nick, and Fridays with me. So I'll see you guys next week, and I'll be expecting a whole lot of changing coming up by the time I cast these again on Friday. So I'll see you guys soon. Later, everybody. Thank you, C-Dub. Thank you, OUTcast, everyone, for allowing me to stream these scrims. Really much appreciated. Peace out, everybody.